views and opinions of your boy Garrett are those of the host and does not necessarily reflect that of the Nighthawk Network or the views and opinions of its associate members. Viewer and listening discretion is advised.
Hey, bitches.
And now, once again, from the iconic city of Baltimore, we bring you season 2 of Helena Hologram. Hey, bitches. Let's talk about it.
All right, what's going on? Hey, bitches, what's going on? What's going on? You know what it is. It's Hey Bitches Live. I'm your host, Miss Helena Hologram. I'm the original Hey Bitches herself, honey. Often motherfucking imitated, never duplicated. Oh, honey, honey, honey. Ma'am, sir, and everybody in between. I'm trying to come and let you know I got a show for you tonight. Oh, child, there's going to be some things going on here. First of all, I thank you all for being here. My sister Nishi, Road to Stardom. What's up, people? Y'all know how we do. We're going to get into this show. I'm just so elated. I was just so excited. I almost spit, honey. That's just how excited I am about this show, honey. I'm trying to tell you, honey, but we're going to do the thing tonight. Hey, bitches. Okay, yeah. Ooh, okay. I'm feeling my motherfucking raw homosexual oats that if you don't like it, this may not be the program for you to be on, honey. I'm trying to tell you. Oh, my guests just look so beautiful. Oh my God, I hope they get on here and smile. But they need to know, honey. We just be ready, honey. But I'm gonna bring my first guest on, and let her introduce herself. To me, she don't need an introduction, but she has to introduce herself to you, ladies and gentlemen. Here go my first guest for the evening. My little big sister. I don't know. Everybody's my little big. This just I don't understand why everybody got to be my little big. What the hell is going on with that? Oh. Come on, sister.
Well, hello to all of you who are listening and carrying on. I am the one and only Miss Samantha Stevens Divinity, Queen of the Witches Council and heiress of and the mother of the House of Divinity, honey. And I want to say to all of you, honey, I want you to sit back, relax, and have a bombastic time because, darlings, this one is for the history books, darling, okay? Ooh.
You know, anytime I can get my little big sister up in Geisha on a Monday motherfucking night, honey, had to rearrange her schedule. That's why it's always important to let you know that it's nice just to be nice, honey. Okay, come on.
Okay, understand, overstand.
Let's get into it, honey, because we're ready to give it all. to the hey bitches. Oh, so y'all be ready, honey. Fasten your seatbelts. It might be like a roller coaster ride, honey, but as long as you got your seatbelt, you'll get jerked to the right and get jerked to the left, but you always come back to the middle, honey. Okay. Now we're gonna bring our next two guests, and this one lady I've known for a long time. This other girl, I don't know what she tried to do, honey. Apparently, she must have looked in my closet or something and found out that I was wearing blonde tonight. But anyway, that's why I made sure that they stayed in the wings, because bitch, I wanted y'all to know that I was the first bitch on here tonight to head on a blonde wig. But since I said that, let me bring up my next two guests. I love them. Oh, here they go. They're gonna introduce yourself. Y'all ready? Come on, bitches.
Hi.
I only can see hair for Erica, honey. Hey, Erica.
Hi guys, how are you? I'm Erica.
Tell us a little bit of what you be dazzling around your collar? What's going on, girl? I've seen you in a minute, but girl, you got some new things in the works. Come on, talk to me, bitch.
Yeah, girl. So hi everybody, how are you?
Hello, my darling. Hey, little young sisters.
How are you?
Erica, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Gabby didn't do your makeup, did she?
No.
Oh, praise the Lord. Woo, girl, we gonna have a ball here tonight. Come on, Gabby, bring your bitch ass around the corner and show everybody that you wore a blonde wig because I had on one. Hey, Gabby, girl.
Hi, how are you all people?
How you all people, girl?
How you all? Yeah.
Okay.
I am Miss Gabriella Remsen Ruby Villaverde. And
girl, how many names do you got, bitch?
Bitch, I got enough. Okay, I got enough.
I see, honey. Oh, she
her heritage, honey.
Your husband say, "Hey, babe."
Hey, Steven.
But you tell your husband this is not the love connection. We don't need all that shit. We're gonna talk about love and relationship a little bit later. We're gonna do it when Steven is not here. Okay, Erica?
Ooh, okay.
Because you know these shows we tried it, honey. You know, this is actually 4 generations of show directors on one show, which is actually phenomenal, and it's gonna blow your mind because we're gonna talk about some sugar, honey, and iced tea. You're gonna be like, "Oh, really, bitch?"
Exactly.
Yeah, you know, Gabby paint by numbers, honey. She's been doing it for years, but it's okay, honey. Hey, Gabby, mwah. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, yes, we can hear you.
Okay, because y'all sitting back like y'all motherfucking lish, honey. I'm like, what's y'all got food over there? Y'all look like y'all got some wine and some food over there. Erica, I know you, bitch. What you got over there to eat?
Helena, we're presidential, honey. We're presidential. Hello.
What she say?
Vice president's wives.
Well, I'm senatorial. I'm a senator, bitch. Okay. Everybody can't be dating the president.
Well,
honey,
I am the queen mother, honey. Okay.
There you go. She's the queen mother. Y'all say the bitch. I'm senatorial, but I ain't gonna lie. I would tell Michelle Obama, scoot over, baby.
These girls
I said, Michelle, scoot over. Move over, bacon. It's time for sizzling. I would. Will any of y'all do Barack? Tell the truth. Will any of y'all do Barack?
Yes.
Will any of y'all be intimate with the former President Barack Obama? Y'all heard what the hell I said.
Here's where it is for me though. I would, but he's a little too thin because I like healthy guys, honey. I like them big and beautiful.
Oh, I'm scared of big guys. They might break me, honey.
What
you do Barack?
But Barack, he could definitely get it.
What about you, Erica? Would you do Barack?
No, I would not.
Really?
Is he too skinny for you?
No, he's not too skinny. I just love Michelle so much I wouldn't dare take her husband.
Oh, okay.
The bitch didn't say I wouldn't dare do her husband. The bitch said I wouldn't dare take her husband.
Right.
See what I'm saying? You gotta watch the bitch. She said no. I wouldn't do her husband because that bitch will be mine. I'm like, Michelle, too much. That bitch will not do her husband. He will be my husband. So I'm not going to. All right, girl.
Hey, man, honey, that's ambition.
Helena, I am so excited to be on your show tonight. I know that we've been planning this for some time, and I know we're just getting to it, but I am so excited to be on your show tonight. I have been promoting and telling people all about it. So it should be.
We got Jamita up in here, honey. You know, Jamita is the you call her what you want, but anyway, Gabby, would you do Barack?
I would do a Barack. I would definitely do a Barack. She'd do anybody. Bitch,
Girl, I was thinking it, but I'm so glad you said it. Holding you.
That's what I was thinking. My man is on there. Don't do me.
Oh, she say, don't do me, girl. You know what? One thing you'll learn about hey bitches, honey, at the end of the day, I have the final say, honey. Erica, what I told you a long time ago. Bitch, it might be your birthday party, but it's still my motherfucking show, honey. Don't ever get it twisted, girl. You can do whatever you want. But I'm the main bitch for this show, honey.
I live for it, honey.
I'm like, girl, you can have all the. Erica said that one. She said, Auntie, this girl, I had to tell that girl, it's your party, but it's my goddamn show back to front. I said, oh, Erica, where you get this? She said, you, but that's okay. I know how we do. Ooh.
That's right.
So, we have like four different generations. I thank you all for coming. I thank you all for being here because we got some stuff that we want to share with you. It's gonna be some things that you may never have heard of. Even if you have some questions for us as entertainers and show directors and pageant promoters, and I will get into that because there's a different level to each thing because everybody that does drag does not promote shows. Everybody that does drag shouldn't be doing drag. But anyway,
And I ooh, okay.
And I,
Okay, right.
And I ooh. So y'all know. Let's do this. I'm gonna ask the question. What was your very, very, very first song y'all ever performed?
I did Patti LaBelle, You Are My Friend.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Remember Helena in that yellow gown?
Yes. Hello, Ting and Gabby. What was yours?
To be honest, I don't even remember.
Really?
I honestly don't remember, but I remember where I started.
Where did you start?
I started at Nix's Bar on Bel Air Road.
Oh, good. I thought you started at the basement at Under Armour. I'm sorry. Good look at that. What about you, Sabrina? Samantha. What was your first song you ever performed?
The very first song that I ever performed in makeup was Patti LaBelle, the live version of Isn't It a Shame from the Look to the Rainbow tour.
Oh, word.
Okay.
That was and I did that. My mother was in the audience that day. My mother, my best friend, his wife, my mother's best friend. I was going up for the Miss Amateur Gigi's contest. That was June 5th, 1993.
Girl, she got the who, what, when, motherfucking why, bitches. So if you want to ask, I started on June 5th, 19. She did 19 something, 93 or 90 something.
1993, honey. That's
19, girl. I wasn't even born yet in 90. I wasn't born until 94.
Okay.
94.
Shut up, Erica. This is my lie. Let me tell you.
That was me.
Oh, okay.
And it was shade at the pageant, honey. It was shade then, honey, and that was my introduction into this world of gender illusion.
It's and it's sad, and a lot of times on our shows we talk about the shade, shade in general, not just shade in our community, just shade in general. And I find in my years, and I've been blessed to be in this business for 22 years. I found out. First of all, there's shade in the drag community. Period. Ain't no way you gonna get around it. Fuck it. If nobody ever throws shade towards you yet, bitch, live a little longer. They gonna throw some shade. And then it's like shade is like doubly magnified when it comes down to the pageant world, bitch. I'm girl.
Helena,
Huh?
I beg the difference. You've been doing drag longer than 22 years, big dog. Mardi Gras.
You know what I need to do? I need to start screening my damn guests before they come on this show. Like, girl, it's my show. Shut down. Where was the first place you performed at, Erica? Buns?
Yes. No. It was Allegro. It was Allegro.
Oh wow. Oh girl, that was the Allegro done changed to we ain't got none of that here in Baltimore no more. Gabby, let me see. If you had one regret about the drag world, what would it be?
A regret about it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I have any regrets about my doing it or becoming a part of it. If I have anything to say that I wish would change, and that there would be that it is a respected art form, and that everyone who comes into it learn how to take this seriously, and this is not all just because you can get up in a dress and move your lips to a song. You have to have talent in order to entertain the people. People are coming to be entertained, and yes, they know that you are not actually the artist, okay? However, they're looking for a show. This is show business. You have to put on something. And see, what ends up happening is that girls who end up having a name for themselves, they've created a name. And then what happens is they can't even get into their artistry anymore because folks are just throwing ones up there. You call the name out. Y'all know girls like that. They call
Yeah.
it name. As soon as they walk out on the money just going. Everybody just
Yeah.
throwing the money. Okay. And it's like, okay, that's cute.
Yeah.
And everybody think that it's supposed to be like that for them. You know, and they come up in here. I wish that girls would take this seriously. I wish that girls would learn how to lip sync because you have to understand the emotion of the song. Because oftentimes girls will sit down there and they'll be too dramatic too early in the song.
Right.
You know, and you can tell in their face, I'm like, bitch, they're not there at the song yet. So you just fucked up the illusion for me. Now
Yeah.
that's me looking at it. But I just wish a lot of people would take this seriously because for years, the art of lip sync has been something that has been done even in our heteroattractional communities. They have been doing this all the time. You know, the children do it for parents at the family reunions. You know, they're always doing the Temptations or everybody trying to be the Supremes and all of that.
Right.
And so that has always been. But when you come down to where this is now a business, because you have to buy makeup, you got to buy hair, stockings, gowns, jewelry, accessories. You have to understand the words. You got to study the words. If you're doing impersonations, because I do Aretha and I do Jennifer Holliday as characters, so you have to study them. That's hours and hours of videos and music.
Yeah.
Trying to emulate their looks and carrying on. Especially Aretha was tacky to me. Okay, a lot of she has some beautiful pieces in the stuff, but the bigger she got, some of her stuff was just kind of tacky.
Yeah.
So you have to now learn how to do it and give it some class while still respecting the artist and not disrespecting the legacy.
Right.
Yeah.
So that there is this why this is an art form, and many girls come up in here, like you said. There's some girls who don't need to be doing it. That's why, because they don't take it seriously. They say, "Oh, I'm gonna just get up in here, and because I look good, then I could just come up here and I'll make money." And then here's the other thing that I'm gonna say: those who are very pretty, those of y'all who get over because you think that your look and your gown is going to say everything, and you ain't got to work, bitch, move. Okay, move over. Okay, move over because you have to do something that just look good and look pretty, because that's only gonna get you so far.
Right. So, Eric, if you had any regrets, what about drag? What would it be? If you had anything that you say you really wish would change and it gets under your skin when it happens, what would it be?
I wouldn't say that. Now, to piggyback on what Samantha said earlier, we're living in a new generation time. So I wouldn't say the entertainers. I would say people in the crowd participating and getting themselves involved. But too, and the entertainers as well. I want to say that too. The entertainers as well. But I really don't have none that I really, yeah.
What about you, Gabby?
I really want to say I don't have any regrets. My only thing is that,
hey, my beautiful niece,
as a show promoter, you try to invite or you try to accommodate for as many entertainers as you can, and you can accommodate for everybody. It's as we all have been show directors, it's hard to accommodate for everybody. And even audience members, you've got to make sure that you don't have the same something on the cast, know?
And Gabby, you made a very valid point, because for quite a few years, me and Erica, we were we used to and this is something that gets under my skin. Period. We used to do Pride and Black Pride together. And the thing used to get on my skin, we got to the point where we used to pre-do the lineup. Bitch, you pre-do the lineup, you got everything set, and then next thing you know, somebody come to you, such and such say add this person to the lineup, such and such say add. I'm like, look, bitch, we had this damn lineup for a whole goddamn week, and you're gonna wait till the day
You know what?
and the show has already started, and you like, can you? I'm like, bitch, this that gets under my skin beyond getting underneath my skin.
You know what? Let me add something because see, you brought back a memory.
Come on, memory.
Okay.
I'm a memory queen, honey. Memory phone, memory Helena.
One thing I'm gonna say is going to be very shady and cutthroat, and I really give 2 cents less than a good fuck. But one of the things that I deplore and that I hate is that I wish the girls would stop making their money and then giving it back to the dope man in between sets. Okay. That's one of the reasons why some of the girls, I'm not going to say all, but that's why some of the girls are able to get money right when they come out, because the coke man is waiting because you're finna go give him the $25 or $50 for another bump that you're going to sit down here and do in front of me backstage, knowing I don't fuck around like that. But I'm not here to interrupt your coin or whatever, because bitch, you got the name that I don't. And that's fine, but that there just gets up under my skin, because trying to sit up here and be entertaining or whatever, and especially if it's someone that you look up to, it's like, okay, eventually somebody is going to try to bring you up into their wing and in their fold or whatever. Oh, girl, just take a little bump. It'll take the edge off. Bitch, I am 6'4", 365 pounds in a pair of 4-inch pumps. I don't have time to sit down here and concentrate on whether I'm a rider high and these shoes at the same time. Okay.
What you say? Rider high, okay. These shoes. One of them gonna go. One of them gonna get low. Either you or the goddamn shoes. One of the other.
That. Okay. And then another thing, I can't stand, and I did this. I did this for a hair show. I was the backstage coordinator. I was gonna say the backstage bitch, but I was the backstage coordinator.
Same difference.
And I was trying to be politically correct. However,
there ain't nothing. This is my show. I'm not politically correct, honey.
Being that when I set a time for you to be here at the show, I mean that.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean that. I don't need for you to come in and negotiate shit and et cetera, et cetera. Now, back in my day, it's like this. You knew what time you had to be there. You knew what time the show got started. If you came in late, bitch, you were automatically number 1 on the list.
Remember, Erica?
Mm-hmm.
You were automatically the first bitch that was going to, because that means you that came up in here and you already ready because you were late.
Yeah, they feel safe.
Because you were late. Now, one of the things, I'm a stickler for that because I run my shows like a regular theater. Okay, there's a call time. It gives you time to get there, get prepped, find your station, unpack, lolly around, and carry it on so that you can get into the groove of it because you're there. I do not like racing trying to put on paint. It takes me about 45 minutes to an hour to get my makeup on. Then I have to put on stockings and my underbody. Now I don't do a lot of pants or carrying on, so I'm fortunate in that department. But all the girls who do to build the body, it takes time. Okay. Right. So no, baby, no. That there, I do not like to have to negotiate with you on my show. Either you gonna do it or you ain't. And if I decide to cut your bitch ass, I don't need no attitude about it. Because
she said, cut your bitch ass. Okay.
Because we're going to move on. See, now, well, I'm gonna get into this now because see, one of the things is, now what I don't like about the new generation now, I don't like this dragathon shit. Okay. Dragathon for me was when we did benefits. Okay, when you did a Toys for Tots or whatever, and it's kind of like how we see the celebrities. When you do the United Negro College Fund, honey, you got 1,600 celebrities coming out here to do a song because you're trying to raise money, and that's what it is for a benefit show. You got 1,600 girls, everybody around there, honey, trying to make sure ain't nobody doing the same number. Okay, fine, but on a regular show, I'm from a school of there's maybe 4 or 5 of us on the show. You got 2 shows in the first show, 2 shows in the second show, 2 numbers rather in the second show, and it's done. Nowadays, the kids are like, they got 16 folks. You may have an opening production number, an end production number, and then you got all these people in between, and everybody does one number. Okay. Now, most of the bars, they're not paying all these girls. You know, they don't have the budget to do that. So now it's like you are working for your tips.
But you know what? Let me stop you right there, sis. Let me stop you right there. And this is just my opinion. I'm not gonna sit there and say that the bars don't have budgets for it. The bars choose not to have budgets for it. Plain and simple. Let y'all know what I do. I keep the R to the E to the A to the motherfucking L.
Give me
the
that
bars
right there.
choose not to have, because the same way the bars can put a budget aside for their DJ, they can put a budget aside for the person working behind the bar, and keeping in mind that we are bringing the people in the bar to buy the drinks, and then you're charging at the door, and you're gonna tell me you don't have a budget for a drag show? Houston, there is a slight problem, honey.
Exactly. No, that's
let me go to some of these comments.
And then the other thing is that they always talk about, and I don't want to say it like that, but they always talk about, we give you the space, you can do what you want.
Me and Erica have little slight issues with that, because that's okay. But when they give you the authority to be the show director, you can't have 4 and 5 people over top you. And once you set something in order, like I say, like these prides, and somebody come to you up, Erica, I really would like my daughter to perform. But girl, guess what? Pride is the same time every goddamn year. Father's Day weekend. You know what time it is. You've been doing it long enough. You know what time it's a call and everything. So that, to me, that bullshit right there turns me to a whole nother person. I mean, something like that can actually alter how I feel about that show. I'm telling you some real shit. Shit like that will have my mind somewhere where I don't need it to be, and then it seems like there's somebody else. And first of all, being a show director, you realize real quick that everybody ain't gonna like you.
That's right. That's right.
First of all, they're not gonna like you because, bitch, you're the show director and they're not. Let's keep it R to the E to the A to the motherfucking L. Second of all, they're not gonna like you because every time you have a show, their name not on the lineup. Boo, girl, wake up.
Right.
You're not gonna be on everybody's show.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I do, bitch? When I can't be on somebody's show, bitch, I have my own. It's not that serious.
You make your own. Hello. And
that's how we do. Here goes JP. Yep, I dealt with that for years with Capital Pride. People always want to be added at the last minute. Drives me crazy.
And you know what? You know what's funny about this? And maybe y'all can help me. Maybe y'all can help me with this situation. Because me, as a show director, I have my picks.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't, and I really shouldn't have my picks.
No. I'm gonna cut you off. Listen. I'm gonna cut you off. I'm gonna cut you off. This is my show, so I get to cut a bitch off. Honey. Okay. girl, let me tell you. When you come on here, somebody, mother teaches shit too. But when you are a show director, you learn that certain people is always gonna bring a motherfucking crowd. Bitch, don't ever be no fool. Plain and simple. And my thing is this: if I have a show, and let's be for real, if I have a show and I know you perform and you always bring 20 people, and girlfriend, you perform and you just bring yourself, who the fuck do you think I'm gonna invite to be on the show?
Number one. Number two, let me add this to that. As a show director, you also know who gives a good show. Right. You also know that if this person is on the show, the audience is going to talk. They're going to tell this, that bitch was on that show, honey. I was at this particular night, honey. I'm originally from Detroit and I live down here in Atlanta, but my show nights Wacky Wild and Wonderful Wednesdays.
Ooh.
Okay. Wacky Wild and Wonderful Wednesdays, I was in between the Tuesday night regular cast show, and then they had a Friday night show. Now, those particular shows, they had legendary folks on there of Detroit, okay? And I had to build my show. I had to go in there. I had to build it from the ground up. And it was, I'll take the door, you just take the bar, okay?
Right.
Now, why is that significant? Because I was at a bar where they didn't have a door cover.
Right.
It was free to get in. So we were charging $2. So those first few weeks on this bitch was like $2. I ain't paying to get up in this motherfucker. And so it became an issue, but we had to build that night. And so when we built the night, it got to the point to where my major disgruntled customer was a lesbian, okay, who was coming in here to take care of her personal business with the bar owner. I'll leave it at that.
Was that the bar that had the black and white checkered floors?
Tiffany's, or was it Tiffany's? No. You're talking about Zippers. That was Zippers.
Yes.
Okay.
So, can I pause y'all for a second?
Go ahead, Gabby.
Somebody said today's ladies can't take constructive criticism and you get upset to get attitude and you put your ass up first as Mother Samantha, would you, Mother Samantha would say you go up number one.
And, and that's done. That's done so people could learn to respect time.
That's
and
right.
when that thing happened, then unfortunately, then drag shows begin to start at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. At that, girl, guess what? Erica know it, honey. When I did shows, we did shows at Buttons every Sunday, and bitch, we started at 8 o'clock, and the place was always packed.
And you respected the people, and that's why when you give them, when you have people on the show, not only do they bring people with them, but they also cause a stir.
Yeah,
they cause the commotion. So when folks know that this person's going to be on the show, they know. And this girl she's passed on now. Her name was Darlene Jones. The girl didn't weigh but a stick, honey. A pencil had more weight than she did. Okay, but I knew, number one, whenever I booked her, she was gonna make me work, because as a show director, sometimes you get lazy, you know.
Yeah.
And you would do the cutesy safe numbers because you don't have to work that hard because you got a show. You know, it's enough to be entertaining, but you know when you just don't feel it. Okay.
Right.
But anytime I booked Darlene, I knew that bitch was going to make me work, because the ham in me is like, oh no, you're not gonna come in my show and upstage me, bitch.
Okay.
Okay.
Cut that music, bitch. Okay.
Okay. But that was healthy competition because I loved booking her. Because I knew she was not coming to play. You understand? And she loved what she did. So anytime she was on the show, I knew Samantha had to bring all of her motherfucking A game. There was no backside. Okay. There wasn't, and it made for a good show. When my guests would leave, bitch, they left there ready to either go fuck or to go to sleep because they were tired or they got energized. One of the two.
But you know me, most of the time, I after a good show, I'm ready to do both. So Erica, how many years? Let me do this. Let me read a couple of commercials, and then what we're gonna do, read a couple of these comments. Then we're gonna take a break, and I keep things the same way I do. All my ladies look beautiful. When we come back from this motherfucking commercial, bitch, I'm gonna let you see what I fucking have on. I know possibly you didn't think I was gonna wear a cover up, honey.
Oh, did
you? Okay. What do you say? Love you all. Tyrone said, love you all. Thanks for entertaining us through the years. You are so welcome, Tyrone.
Ladies, just so that you know, I'm sitting here sipping on Stella Rosa Blueberry, and I just poured the last of it into my little cup. This is fabulous. It's my first time trying this.
Is Stella that wine?
Yes.
Erica, that's your cup of tea. Back in the day, y'all say what y'all want to say. Y'all haven't been around me that long, bitch. Erica could tell you back when I was doing a gobble, bitch. Whoo, girl, but thank God, come August, 5 years. Hey, Caden, what's going on? Okay. Eric say, are there certain individuals that are groupies or such big fans of your work to where they attend all your shows?
Yeah.
And what are some of your? Yeah, I have. Yes. I have.
Yes.
I know I have a couple of groupies that it's like, no matter where I go, they're such groupies to the point that even if they can't be there, they'll send me a couple of dollars on Cash App or whatever, And Erica, do you have any group? You have people that no matter wherever they see your name on a flyer or whatever, they say, "Oh, bitch, it's Erica. It's gonna be a show. I'm going." You have people like that?
Oh yeah.
What about you, Gabby?
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same.
You got people to follow you for real? Who are name them? Name one of them. Not your husband. He don't count.
Don't do it. Tyrone is one of them, actually, believe it or not.
Oh, well, Tyrone supports everybody. That don't count. Name somebody.
This laugh is giving me.
Don't do me, bitch. Okay.
Look,
I got people.
Let me explain this to you real quick. I want to explain this to you. Whenever you can get 4 entertainers in the same place at the same time, you need to consider it a blessing, especially when all 4 of them are up in geesh and they ain't got no motherfucking show to go to. Hello?
Okay.
So that shows you, Mother Helena, it's not always what you know, bitch, it's who you know. Okay.
Yeah. And you got to know people.
Hello, Dwayne. How are you?
And not just people in the DMV. I'm just saying.
No, girl, let me tell you something. Honey. I'm gonna be nice. I got something for you. We're gonna take this commercial break. Erica, I got something for you too. So that we come back. First question I'm gonna ask everybody is, how many titles have you had? Don't say nothing. Keep it together. Keep it together.
Okay.
Thank you for all your time and consideration. We love you for your support. We do. We thank you. Hey, Ronald. I am Erica Chloe's album #1 fan. We know that, but we're gonna take a commercial break and we come back, bitch. I'm gonna do this motherfucking reveal on this motherfucking hey bitches. We're gonna do this motherfucking reveal on motherfucking hey bitches, honey. We're gonna let it have because you know what? With my sister had the show called Dishing Tea, TEA. I just spelled T, the capital T. I don't go behind her. She got TEA. I'm just the motherfucking T, bitch. I'm dishing motherfucking T, not TEA, T. Call your friends, call your godmother, call your godbrother, call the people who like you, even call motherfuckers who don't like you. Say, bitch, I'm on Helena's Hey Bitches Live, okay?
Okay.
We're gonna take this commercial break. I'm gonna do a motherfucking reveal when we come back, bitch. Okay.
Come on down. Okay, black on. Get into it. Black on. Look at that David Ford. Right there. That's his name. Black on. He don't know Tom. Look at that David Ford. That's his name. He don't know Tom. Yeah. Yes. Oh, here we go. Oh, I can see the demons. I can't see the demons, but I can see the light.
We are creating black luxury across this country.
Grateful for you.
All right. Oh, welcome back to Hey Bitches Live. I'm your bitch, honey. I'm Miss Motherfucker Helena Hologram, the original Hey Bitches herself. Often motherfucker imitated, never duplicated. Oh, I love my. Yes, Erica. See, I taught you some things. I taught you things other than how to drink. And y'all gonna stop telling bitches that I taught y'all how to drink. Y'all need to stop. Okay, I didn't teach y'all how to drink. You bunch of nasty bitches.
Oh, I can give him the story. I can give him the story.
Whatever. We don't want to hear your story.
Story, honey.
So, Miss Gigi said, I remember when Samantha first came to Atlanta, Georgia. I was a show director, and she did a Gladys Knight mix that was 11 minutes long, and I had no problem with that. But the DJ was about to get that ass pop. He called himself being mean when Samantha actually won the talent show. The day, but Erica know that song because she do that same goddamn song. But I'm a piggyback off this. But see, this is what I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell y'all something about this thing called drag. Okay, we need to get so into this that we need. Baby, let me tell you something. It's not always important for you to do the most popular song at that time. It's important for you to do a damn song that you know.
Right.
I would, and this is my thing. I wouldn't care if you do the same song every show, but bitch, if you do the same song every show and every time you turn around, you nailing your motherfucking words, I'm here for it. Because you know some shows, oh, this is the new song by Beyonce. This is a new song by this, and get up on stage and don't know any of the words, and they get
watermelon.
Right, and they don't know any of the words, but they get tipped because of the song, not because of them knowing the damn song.
Right, yeah.
Ma and Erica, they battling over you because Rico said I'm Erica's #1 fan. They battling over who's who, and they say I'm a big fan of you and Erica. Y'all was the first ones to put me on, and forever grateful. You know what? And let me tell you something. It's such a blessing to help somebody get into the business and they appreciate it. Because come on, let's keep it real, honey. Because you know a lot of these motherfuckers you help in the business and they give you their whole ass to kiss. I'm not that one, girl. I don't know. I ain't kissing nobody's ass. I might that's for an after dark show. You know, and I don't know, and okay. So what? How many titles have each of you held, if you can remember, around about? How many titles? We're gonna start with Gabby. Gabby, how many titles have you held?
Don't come for me. I think it's 9.
Well, let me say this: how many titles you held? How many titles you had that you didn't pay for?
Oh, don't do me, bitch. New Faces, Orpheus, Mixers, Ziascos.
Tall Crown.
Mid-Atlantic, because there was a stipulation with the scores that Sable, of course, as we know, some people Goop scores. So at that night, I was crowned Miss Maryland, and then 2 weeks later, they crowned Anastasia, and then they crowned me Mid-Atlantic.
So that's like 5. So how? Okay, Erica, how many titles have you held?
Oh, hold on, and Glamour Girl, Miss Glamour Girl, Maryland, America.
And who was the promoter for that?
Joanna Blue.
Oh, okay, that's cute. That's when you went to Miss Maryland.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Is that when you fell on the stage doing talent?
Don't do me, but yes.
Just answer the question, bitch. Was that when you fell on stage doing talent, girl?
And it was actually with this costume that I have on.
Oh, but I'm glad you sitting down, bitch, because I would hate to see you walk across the floor and trip, bitch, because you know I'm Erica, how many titles have you had, girl? Talk to me.
Well, let me just say this. I did win one title, and it was Dragathon with Josie Foster.
Right.
But me running for titles is not my thing.
Right.
Because, and I'm gonna tell you why. Titles don't make or break me.
Right.
People can be title chasers,
and they are
the world. But
right.
Titles don't make or break me. Titles don't make me Erica Chloe Adams. Titles don't make me who I am. Titles only give people that privilege of just saying, oh, hey, I'm Miss Merlin, or I'm Miss Glamour Girl, or I'm Miss Buns. That's only the title.
Wait a minute, honey. I was Miss Buns. Watch out, bitch. Wait a minute. What you trying to say? Oh, okay.
No, but honestly, I never had a thing. Now I have had a title given to me, but it wasn't none that I ran for.
Right.
So
Samantha?
None.
Yeah, and you know, and but let me before you go, Samantha, and the thing that people need to realize about that, there are so many different segments of doing drag. And like Erica said, everybody's not a pageant girl.
Right.
You know, so you have some people that can be administrators to a pageant, but that's just not their thing. And we all know there's some girls, i.e., there's some girls who've been running for pageants first of all, bitch, I'm not running for nobody's pageant for 19 years before I win the damn crown.
Jamia said you snatched my shit.
First of all, that person must got hell of a sponsors to run for the same pageant for 19. How many years did that girl run for that pageant from Detroit? Meet you remember she kept on running for Miss Continental?
I knew you were going there. That's my sister, and that's my big sister, honey.
I just heard that name once.
Miss Fantasia. She lived as Connie. You know, we call her Connie, Constance Pate. But on the pageantry circuit, she was been labeled as Contest Connie because she had gone out for. Is it? Wait a minute. Which one is it? The one in Chicago with Jim Flint.
Continental.
That's it.
Yeah.
She has gone out for Continental like 19 times. And then one year she couldn't make it. And I'm told, now I don't know how true this is, but I'm told that was the year that they were going to give her an honorary something because she had been running for so long and had never gotten it. And she didn't go that year, but she went the year after. Now I don't know if they gave it to her anyway, but she was there for 19 years consecutively.
And didn't win.
But see, the whole thing of it, the pageantry system is our sport for those who want to invest that kind of money.
Yeah.
And carrying on because it is a lot of money. Listen, for those of y'all who are looking at this and y'all say I'm having problems with this piece of hair, I tried to be cute and get my Diana on, honey, and change hair, but this hair is giving me problems. But this here is nowhere near any kind of cheap because your cheapest wig, the $10 wigs, you got to have more than one. So this shit becomes an investment.
Okay. It has to be. Look at all this. I think Gabby knew I was wearing blonde tonight. That's why that bitch got on her blonde. But when I see you, girl, I'm snatching your shit up off your head. I'm snatching.
A lot of the girls, this year becomes so. And when you're talking about going out for those particular kinds of pageants, there's a certain look that you have to give. So a lot of those girls, honey, they're spending like $2,500, $5,000 for a single gown. And you're talking about evening gown, presentation, talent, question and answer, all 4 categories. You got to have 4 different looks. And then you got to bring enough for 2 nights.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you're talking thousands and thousands of dollars that's being invested into something that is a possible that you're possibly going to lose because it's only one winner. And when you go to the nationals, child, you got 50 other girls coming up in here. That you're competing against. So this here becomes an investment piece, which is why we get into that later about the stunts that the girls do to get what they got to get. Now, I'm not knocking a stunt, but it's out there. For me, I like Erica. I'm not a pageant girl because number one, this started for me as an extension of my acting career. I couldn't get work as an actor, and I was like, I just need to be on stage. So this started off as an extension of my acting career. And then what happened was I realized that I can express myself in the feminine form and make some money at it. So I'm like, oh, okay, cute. Now I was Miss Amateur Bambies. Then from there, I went and won Miss Kalamazoo, Michigan at large. And then from there, those are the 2 titles. And my daughter, she just recently passed. She was starting a new crown, and she gifted me to be the first and now the only Miss Southeast Michigan elite. Okay, so I'm like, okay, I think that's the name of I think that's the right name of the title, honey. She gave it to me and carried on because she's like, well, mother, you're someone who I looked up to and everything, so I want you to be the first one and carrying on. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm honored. And then she just recently passed. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
So let me see. I was Miss Buns, Queen of Pride, Miss Hero, Miss International Supermodel Inc. Classic something. But I'm like you guys. I just know that pageant take a lot of time, work, and efforts. And I say to anybody, if you don't have time and the work ethics and the effort to put into it, don't do it. When you ready to go into it, you need to go into it right, or don't go into it at all. And all thoughts of a slick. Y'all hold on for a second. Don't say nothing. I'm ready to do this motherfucking reveal. Y'all ready?
Go for it.
You ready? Okay.
Go for it, girl.
Okay. Y'all know I gained a couple of pounds, honey. Here we go. Here we go with the reveal, honey. This is the Hayes business for tonight, honey. I'm giving you the power to the people.
You want to give it to me? Okay.
So now, as a performer, and Samantha, you touched on this earlier. How do y'all go about choosing the music that you're gonna do? Do you choose a music that's popular, or do you choose music that you know that you can make it become a part of you? We'll start with you, Samantha.
I have to do stuff that I do that's a part of me in my rehearsals. I rehearse my music before going on. I'm not one of those girls that just bring a bunch of music and then look at my CD and say, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna do this." You know, I can't do that because I have to feel my music. Okay, so I am one. I will go through and it will be a song. Let's take the Gladys Knight Into the Road medley. Okay, now I know I can do that. Okay, but there may be moments where that's not what I'm feeling. It's not. It doesn't move me to say, okay, I'm gonna do that tonight. And
But
then
bitch, I mean that song is 11 minutes long, bitch. If you're not feeling the whole song, sit your ass down because
exactly,
the musical cutting you off. Because I tell the children when y'all do these mega medleys,
yeah,
y'all have to be able to keep the people's attention from the
exactly.
time the
From the
motherfucking
time it
song
starts,
starts
that's right.
until 10 minutes and 59
That's
seconds
right.
fucking
That's
later.
right. That's right. And see, one of the things too, like for those dancing girls, and see, I'm asthmatic, so when you start to look tired, it shows.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
shows. Okay, and I don't care how well you think your lipstick is, honey. When you're tired, it shows. And so that 11-minute song, honey, you have to really be into that song because it's a build. She starts off talking and she starts off slow, and then she, as the performer that she is, she does this great crescendo at the end. So it's a build. You have to pace yourself with that song. You know, but when I'm rehearsing, it has to be a part, and I rehearse at home with my music loud, like I'm expecting it to be in the clubs. Okay, and because it's got to get it to the back of my spine, honey, like I know, so I know I'm gonna cut up. You know, if it doesn't hit me, it doesn't. Then I don't do that. Now, once I figure out what my numbers are going to be for the night, then I have to make sure I got backup numbers that are just as strong. Because one of the things that I have to do after my first number, I gauge my audience. And
Right,
you have
right.
to understand your crowd, honey, because I do Aretha Franklin as a character. And black folks, honey, with an all black crowd, honey, I could get away with doing Willing to Forgive or giving them something he can feel. But when I'm in an all white audience, baby, I have to do Freeway of Love because they're not going to understand the other shit.
Right.
We got to do Pink Cadillac. We got to do Think. We got to do, and then I do the Blues Brothers version of Think. Okay.
Oh, that's my song, right? You better
You
think.
know, I like to do School Days, but at certain, you have to gauge the crowd. And sometimes I have had School Days in my lineup, but before I gave the music away, because I would have it in the second show, I have to go and change it because the audience has done something completely different. Right. Exactly. You have to bring out those universal numbers because you have a universal audience. Now, when you were the all black audience, you could bring out some of the R&B hits or whatever. Say, I could do Mr. DJ, at a black crowd, honey. A white crowd ain't gonna understand Mr. DJ.
But see that, and that goes to, and I guess we all can attest to this. That goes to, and one part of doing drag is people have to realize that we get into is we have to know our crowd because we know right off the hand. I could name you about 4 artists that no matter what club, no matter what kind of club you perform at, is always going to go over. Okay, what black, white, blue, or green. You can always do a Whitney. You can
Yeah.
always do a
Yeah.
Donna Ross.
Yeah.
It's certain, but you need to know that because I know some entertainers like, oh girl, I only got $2. Girl, you wasn't, the crowd wasn't feeling what you was doing, so you were
Exactly.
expecting. So when you don't take the time to do your homework to try to feel the crowd, because I mean, Erica and Gabby can attest to this. The crowds in Annapolis are different from the crowds in Baltimore.
Right.
So you can't. I mean, I'm not gonna say nobody's name, but you can't go down there when a sequence 69 jersey and do your 90s mix and expect people to like that. That's not what Annapolis do, honey. You and then you sit there, you get mad because you like they looking at you, girl. They looking at you like you crazy because you are crazy. They don't want to hear that shit.
Thank you, baby. No.
Erica, what is your favorite song to perform? I got to get. I know what it is, but I'm gonna see what you gonna say.
Are we still going around about the first question?
Yeah, go ahead, Gabby.
Oh, I thought you want to go first. I'll go.
Okay, go ahead, Erica. Go ahead, y'all.
When planning when planning my music, sometimes I listen to music and it goes back to, I listen to different artists. And when I listen to that music, sometimes I'm thinking in my head that they must have went through something in order to write this song. So it will make me think, oh, maybe I should do that song. Because maybe somebody in the audience is going through the same situation. So I would do that song. So basically, that's how I choose my music. And when one of my favorite songs is Gladys Knight, End of the Road.
We know, girl.
That song is it just put me over the top. But I do have a new song now that my sister Danita introduced me to. I do love this song. I love this song. And if you guys have a chance, you can listen to the song. It's Let Us See All the Way. And that song has really, really became a part of my life because that song, if you listen to the words, it goes in depth of what happened, how it happened.
Yes. I love that song. Yeah.
I love it.
I love that song, honey.
And what about you, Gabriella? You know I can't even now. I ain't even gonna try to announce your whole name, girl. You know what you are to me. You just fucking Gabby, girl. Shit.
Well, I guess because and I am kind of the youngest one on here. It's a little different for me.
Why?
Because I am a dancing queen.
Uh-huh.
However, I do flip over to the emoting side.
Okay.
So I am not a stickler for sticking to one or two or three artists. I like to be universal.
Okay.
That's just me because I know that there are some impersonators that stick to one artist or that are only known for that one artist. And
right.
when everyone says, "Oh, what is Gabby gonna do?" because they never know. That no one never knows what I'm going to do.
Sometimes you don't know, bitch. But anyway,
I don't. But I know every once in a while, me and Helena wind up doing the same song as
girl,
you.
I'm over you. That's why I try not to be on shows with you no more. Bitch, girl, when I know me and you doing the same show, I go to the show director. Girl, put me on before Gabby. Say what you want to say, bitch. But no, I mean, for me, that's how it is. It has always been. Even when I got into this business years ago, I never was one to did what was popular. I've never been an impersonator. I have characters that I do, and when I say characters that I do them as far as how they emote, they're mimicking, how they move, how their mouth move, how their lips move. I do that. Now, I haven't found anybody yet in this day and time that with an exception to Dorinda Clark Cole, because I can pull her off. I just get that good old Clark sister hair, honey, and I got that little shape. So, but I have to really, really dissect my songs before I even hit the stage. Now, sometimes I can even get a song because no shades. Sometimes I get songs because I hear somebody else do it.
Right.
And it touches me. And when I do it, first thing I do when I hear somebody or see somebody else do it, first thing I do is I get into the character the way that I want to present the character. I don't take a song that somebody else do and try to do it the same way that they do. Because first of all, bitch, can't nobody do me but me.
Right.
Because Erica, you remember back in the day, the girls was like, "Oh my God, you doing my song, bitch? You're not getting out now royalty for me doing this goddamn song, bitch. So how is this your song? Yes, you've been doing it for 15 years, but I'm happy for that."
Let me ask you something though. Have your fans got upset with other people because they've done what's considered to be a signature song of yours? Like I do Aretha Franklin's Dr. Feelgood into Think, okay? And the way how I do it, I make it into a comedy with hair curlers and carrying on. I come up with a dildo and all of that. And then it becomes a striptease almost kind of show, right? Well, I had a girl who she emulated that because she was in awe of me. And I didn't know that at the time, Jasmine was her name. And she came down and she saw me do that number. And so she copied it, you know. I thought it was flattery for me, but she did it at the bar that I'm known to do it for. And honey, they tried to rip her to shreds. I said, "Oh, you got Samantha's number." I was like, "Bitch, we all lip sync artists. What are you talking about?" You know, I felt that it was a compliment because I thought that, you know, wow, okay, she likes my work, you know, and coming into this business. But the fans were like, "Oh, bitch, no, Okay.
Yeah, I know Erica had some fans because there's certain signature songs that Erica got. And honey, the best way to do one of Erica's signature songs, and no shade, the best way to do one of Erica's signature songs, bitch, just don't do them when Erica on the show. It ain't hard to figure out, bitch.
You know, okay, what you say? It's not that. It's not okay. It's not rocket science.
It is not that fucking hard.
But listen, let me tell you how my sister Jamita always say, "Did you write the song?"
Right.
But listen. Let me ask y'all this. Recently, maybe over the last six years or so, I've been in this business for not a very, very long time, but you know, a long time. I stepped aside from performing and I just will host my shows. Do y'all think there's something wrong with that?
No, because you know why? Because everybody drag life is different. Some people drag life with starting drag and ending drag. Some people drag life with starting drag and they go on to pageantry. Some people drag life with starting drag and they go on to being a showgirl. And some people just want to experience it. And when you're done, you fucking done. Can't anybody tell you why did you? No, I didn't quit. It's just that I'm stepping aside. And Eric, and I know what you're talking about because I know when there are special occasions, you'll still get up in. So no, I mean to do it let me tell you, it takes dedication. It takes time. It takes money to get up in this shit. Period.
Period.
Wigs on free. I don't care if it's a $10 wig, a $30 wig, or $90 wig. If it's a $10 wig, then you have to spend another $40 because you got to have a couple of them $10 wigs because the bitches don't last but so long. Right. So no, I actually applaud you to make that step and say, you know what, I'm fair. And then not only that, that also make people desire you more because you're not doing it every show. So when you show up, it's like, oh, this bitch, oh, Miss Erica doing a motherfucking show, bitch.
And that's what they do.
Let me add this to the conversation because see, when I moved down here to Atlanta from Detroit, I was going to let Samantha become my supplemental income, right? Mm-hmm. And so it was like, okay, I got a little job or whatever, but I know I can make this coin and be cute. Mm-hmm. I had to learn how this particular system worked down here.
Yeah.
They don't do what we do at home, okay? Mm-hmm. And so down here, the new girls, honey, you got to do these little talent shows, honey. And the talent shows, listen, the prize money is only $25. That's my goddamn stock is number one. Number two, they like to start.
Erica, you know what she's talking about, bitch?
They like to start the talent show at the time that nobody is there at the show.
Right.
Okay. So everybody who's coming to the show, they're coming to see the house cast. The house cast starts at motherfucking 11:30. Okay. So here it is, 9, 10 o'clock. You done started the talent show. Okay. And then when the crowd get there for the regular show, the house cast show, they do the opening number. Then they say, okay, it's time to judge the talent show. Well, none of these motherfuckers were here to see what happened. Yeah. So now it's all about popularity.
Right.
Who either you got your friends in the audience or it becomes who they think is pretty. Because you wasn't there to see the number. Now, fortunately for me, and this, I'm patting my own self on the back because I stopped. I used to say I'm not going to do that, but fuck that. Samantha's a gorgeous bitch, honey. Okay.
Yeah, honey.
And the whole idea was I got into clap offs because nobody knew me down here. Right. Not a single soul knew me. And it got to a point to where it became a clap off because now it was down to me and the other girl. Well, all her motherfucking friends are there, so of course she was gonna get it, you know. So okay, I had to learn because the incident that you just read about them cutting off my music, because that's what it was. I had been there for 2 hours.
No, 3.
Okay,
8:30.
we got there on the bus. I'm following my daughter, honey. I'm like, okay. She's like, come on, I'm gonna take you to the spot and this, that, and the other, so you can understand how it goes. Bitch got there. We got there before the bar opened.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sitting up in here now. You know I'm a new face there, bitch, because y'all don't know who the fuck I am. She's
Right.
introducing y'all. I'm telling y'all, oh, she's Samantha. She's from Detroit. Blah blah blah. Y'all see me. Y'all wait. Y'all didn't even tell me there was a time limit on the show.
Right. Right.
You didn't tell me that y'all had shows to where there was a time limit with the music, because everybody who knows me knows Natalie Cole is my backup bitch. If I don't know what to do, I could throw a Natalie Cole on, honey, and we good to go. Okay. So I had that, and I'm like, okay, I'm thinking everything is hunky dory. When I gave you the music on the lineup, and when they came to come collect for the lineup, I told you what I was doing. Nobody said a word.
Damn.
Not a word. Bitch, I'm on stage. I am on stage. And right when she was about to go into the end of the road part of the song was when they cut my motherfucking music. When I tell you we were going to burn that motherfucker down.
Okay.
When I tell you we were going to burn that motherfucker all the way down, I mean it with every fiber of my being. Because I told her, I said, bitch, I'm from Detroit. We don't have to do all that goddamn talking. I would set this bitch on fire, burn all y'all asses up in here. And then they told my daughter, told me, so don't bring her back. I said, you ain't got to worry about her bringing me back, bitch. I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. I said, how motherfucking dare you? I've been sitting here all this time, and none of y'all said anything to me. And then you're going to try to embarrass me in front of these folks who don't know me? Bitch, fuck all of you, and fuck you with a broke dirty dick. A broke dirty dick that's fuck ass. Fuck
Not
all of you.
dirty dick.
You understand me? And so and now that was at a club called Club Miami. Club Miami.
That
No,
was Club Miami.
that was Club Miami.
That first incident, that's when you cut up.
No,
That was 708.
No. 708 was when I had to clap down, and they gave me the prize money because we didn't know what was going on. And I was supposed to have came back the next week, but they didn't let me come back the next week. They told me I couldn't, but they gave me the prize money because they didn't really know who won, and that was that. And then this week they cut my music off at Club Miami, honey, and now that motherfucker does not exist. And it was that night that I said, "Fuck this!" I put Samantha in a box, and I said, "No, I don't perform here in Atlanta unless I have to." So I understand what you say when you step back from it, because coming into a whole new place is like starting all over again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. They don't know you. And of course, my drag is drag. It's not all that, it's not bells and whistles or whatever. It's what I can afford. And I was not about to go pull the stunt to do credit cards to carry on and bash in to go steal the furs and go, clip the goddamn fabrics and stuff. That was not going to be my route. Okay. I'm not knocking the girls who do, because you do what you got to do to make it. But that wasn't my route. Right. And my talent will speak for itself. Right. So my clothes may not be all the grandest, but my talent is what it is. And that's what keeps my name together. Because everybody knows who to come to a Samantha Stevens Divinity show, bitch, I'll be dead with an asthma attack. And I've done this before. I'll be in the middle of an asthma attack, bitch. But as long as somebody got my pump on the side somewhere, bitch, you will be entertained. But I had to put Samantha down because I said, no, she's not doing this here in Atlanta unless I could get a gig where I could do it my way like we do it back home. And that's what I'm working on now.
Go to Kate. She said, as a new girl, I've learned Beyonce, Whitney, and Adele and Cardi always work no matter the crowd, black, white, young, or old. And, and that's something that a lot of new girls, and I ain't even gonna say new girls, excuse me. Some of the old girls haven't even figured out. You have to know your damn crowd. And Erica could tell you, we've had Asian, we've had Caucasian, we had Latinos, we've had all kinds of different, I guess for lack of a better word, nationalities at Buns. And as a show director, one thing I tell myself, but look, this is the kind of crowd we got. This is what they will, this is what they feel. This is what they won't feel. And after that, it's on you. If you choose not to take my girl, Jamita said, I did Patty the Bell for 3 years. Yes, you did. Long nails and all, girl. She like, Ernst Butler said, are there a special individual who introduced you or coached you through your early involvement in female impersonation? Erica?
Yeah, of course. Miss Helena Hologram.
Who is that?
You. Listen.
Stop, bitch. Hey, Tiffany. Love you, baby.
Let me say this. A lot of the girls that's in the Baltimore area actually got their start from you. But once they get big headed, and once they try to, get their own crowd and own people, they start to look down on you.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But I was never that type of person. Because when I had a show, or if I'm having a show this place or that place, Helena is always there. She's always there with me because I appreciate what she did for me.
It's always about.
No, girl, that's not why I'm always there. I'm always there because she'll be like, Auntie, can you do the lineup? Girl, tell the truth. Tell the truth and shame the devil, girl. Don't play with me.
Okay. Bitch, out there because y'all got me working.
My thing is that I was the last generation of the hippo. If you, I don't know if you remember, Samantha, the hippo that used to be around like the staple of Baltimore. I was the last generation, so I was able to see what the girls went through, and when Maryland America was big here, I came from both spectrums, believe it or not. I came from the Caucasian spectrum, and I came from the African American spectrum. So, being that said, it's kind of different, because I started at mixers, and a lot of people didn't know that. They didn't know where I came from. But it's different. It's different, especially as the younger generation. Some of the people that you all looked up to aren't around, or the people that we are looking up to now are so tired, or not to say tired, but they've done what they could and they tap out of the scene.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you something.
And then the other thing is that before you talk, Helena, the legendary. Some of the legends that the younger generation doesn't know of, they won't know who made the path for us.
Right. Oh, that's a good point.
There's so many of them that have, quote unquote, clapped back because they don't know who they are, and it's kind of a friction because they don't know.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? And let me tell you something. And this is what I believe. And this is just my belief, and I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to say because that's who I am. Okay. In order to get something, you have to put something. You can't put something. You can. If you put something in, then you're gonna get something out. Right. If you want to know who these legends are, you want to know who these icons are, you want to know who these girls are who paved the way, do your fucking homework. Plan it. It ain't that. It is not that hard.
I'm not saying myself. I'm just talking about the younger generation.
Yeah. Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying in general because I remember I had this one child. We ain't gonna mention no name because it's not even that serious, honey. Bitch, I'm still here. This one child said to me, "Oh well, I never knew who you were." I said, "That's fine, bitch, because I don't know you either." So, what is you saying, girl? It's not like your name was up in big motherfucking lights and you was in hot. Girl, I don't know you either. How you doing, girl? I don't. And Tommy said, yes, you learn a lot at Buns. Then you find a medium to in between for your art and the crowds, and that's with anywhere you go. You have to find a medium because Erica. And my daughter, TKO's on here. Even though us in DC are that close, there's a slight difference from what you'll perform up there than what you perform down here.
True,
and we
that's
know,
very true.
And I'm not being disrespectful to any of my sisters. I love y'all to death, but they basically say that Dragon Atlanta is for the titty girls.
Right, they do because a lot of the girls down here, a lot of the big name girls, except for Naisha Dupree. Okay, I don't think that she's had any augmentation but a lot of the girls that have names down here have had augmentation. Well, now since RuPaul's Drag Race, every season there's a girl from Atlanta on RuPaul. Okay, and there's 13 seasons there. So there's always, Atlanta has become like one of them between Atlanta and Florida. Those are the two meccas of drag: Atlanta, Florida, and Chicago, because the baton is in Chicago. For me, I started in this, like as I said earlier, as an extension of my acting career, but I was also helping with the dresser. My cousin, Miss Peaches LaFleur, she's passed on now. I was her dresser, okay? And I was watching her and carrying on, so I would help her get dressed and collect the money on the stage and all of that, and take care of her stuff. And that's how I got introduced to the world of drag, as far as wanted to be on stage with it. Of course, I went to go see the shows, but then it was through her that I met my big sister. Her name is April Summers. And for those of you who don't know who April Summers is, April Summers is the Patti LaBelle impersonator that Patti herself endorses.
Oh, all right. Can we Google her?
Yes. Yeah.
And what's her name?
April Summers.
April Summers. Where's my pen?
Yeah. She's up on YouTube. As a matter of fact, I'll send y'all the link, because when I first started, there's a video of us together, us working together. She did a collaboration of carrying on, but Patti herself endorses April. And when I got started, I started with dressing her. She took me on the road with her to a few events and carrying on, and I was helping her this, that, and the other. And one day we went to Fort Wayne, Indiana. She said, "Okay, Samantha, I want you to come with me." And that's when I started traveling and performing as well, because she saw my performance. And one of the things that we learned is you don't take junk on the road with you.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So I had, that was now I got down there and my damn stockings was too goddamn small. So they ripped on me, and it was, okay. So God always humbles me, but we had a very good time. That's how I got to Grand Rapids and to all these other different places that I was able to perform, because I was traveling with April. I never considered her to be like my drag mother. She was always my big sister. I never really had a drag mom.
Me either.
But April and Peaches LaFleur are the two people who have really given me the tools of coming into this business. Now, I learned how to get my look on my own. It was trial and error on my look.
But yeah, I mean, with that, and y'all, this show's go so flicky. I gotta go with the motherfucking flow, honey. Y'all know how I do. But anyway, and that's it with me, because I've noticed not all. I would never say all. Now y'all hear me? I didn't say all, did I? I didn't say all, did I? But over the years, I've learned that it's always better for you to learn to do your own face, because some makeup artists, no shade, some makeup artists, when they finish doing your face, bitch, you look just like them.
Right.
And somebody walk up to you and say, "Erica, girl, I know who you did your face, such and such did your face." And bitch, you like, "How do you know?" And you like, "Well, bitch, go look in the mirror, bitch, you look like her twin." So that was, I learned makeup through trial and error, trial and error. Trial and error. Okay. The very first drag show I did, honey, I had a white girlfriend of mine come up from Annapolis with me and did my makeup. And girl, I can guarantee you, I probably look like Bozo the Dozo.
Oh.
But I didn't. But I learned quickly, and I try to teach all of my children. I learned quickly, even down to makeup. It's about try and error. Sometimes you're gonna go do a face and it's gonna look okay. Sometimes it's not gonna look okay. But at least you can say you did it, and you won't be like, "Well, that bitch set me up." Well, girl, take time. Go get Sam's Fine's book. Go on YouTube. Go. It's there. It's there. Go on YouTube. Go on excuse me. Not that too. Y'all look. Don't play with me. Let me go. Then y'all gonna stop with me, okay? Did y'all ever think? I'm gonna start with Erica first. Did y'all ever think about going on Drag Race?
No,
Erica,
I did not. I know.
Gabby,
No.
Samantha?
I've thought about it when it first happened, and all of my friends are like, "Girl, you can do it. You can do that." But one of the things about it is that I don't sew, I don't do hair. Okay, everything else I can master. Okay, but then too, with my look, I don't paint for drag. My form of drag is very natural and carrying on. So
Like
all
Erica?
big to do and carrying on that seems to be what they're looking for on Drag Race and carrying on. I won't do.
Girl,
You know,
I ain't got that either.
and here's the thing, Drag Race now, what I love about the show is that it has introduced the world of illusion into mainstream culture to where now it is apropos for drag and carrying on for folks to go see a drag show and this, that, and the other. But what is happening is that because of Drag Race, we now have a lot of female drag queens
Mm-hmm.
that are not superstars. Because
Right.
a lot of our gay icons, Patty, Cher, Diana,
Right.
Dolly,
Bette Midler.
we're all drag queens. Okay, they love big hair, big clothes, and all that.
Right.
You know, but now what has happened, and the alphabet children, honey, we are a lot of the makeup artists, a lot of the girls, in their boy life, they're makeup artists at the Mac counters and carrying on. And so now what has happened, females, biological females, because I don't like the term cisgender, biological females are now they're looking like drag queens. And we're
But let
telling
me stop. You know what? And I get in this fight and I get in this debate all the time with people. And check this out. I said what the fuck I said, plain and simple. Drag to this bitch right here.
mm-hmm.
Drag to this bitch right here. You three bitches give me what a drag queen is to me. Bitch, I'm not being disrespectful, but bitch, if you come up in this bitch and you already got titties, you're an entertainer to me. You are simply a performer or entertainer. Drag queen to me is somebody who lived their life as a man every day, don't have any augmentations, don't have nothing in the chin, nothing in the lip, nothing in the tits, nothing in the ass. When you get finished and you throw all that shit back in the suitcase, you're going to be Wayne and you're going to be fucking Carlos and you're going to be fucking Demetrius. That's what a fucking drag queen is to me. When you get up there and you got half of the shit already done, girl, you ain't no drag queen. You are a fucking performer. Bitch, if I gotta go out and buy titties and I gotta go out well, some drag queens don't have to buy hips because they just got like Erica and y'all just got hips. But see a small bitch like me, I gotta buy my hips. But to me, and that's just me. That's my opinion. That's how I feel about it. That's how when I got into it because it was something that I can do to express my feminine side and I can still be my male self.
Right. I like to pattern after the Lacoste shows because that's what Lacoste was all about. You walk in as a boy, you perform as a girl, you walk back out as a boy. Because the whole idea of it is that our biological counterparts were always amazed that, oh my God, that's a man, and carrying on. But when we start getting augmentation and carrying on and this, that, and the other, well, you do what you feel you have to do to create your illusion and if that's your moneymaker, okay, fine. But what happens is that I think in our business, those who are augmented, they give our biological females a false sense of hope because see now, as opposed to competing with the monikers of what beauty and the standards of what beauty is supposed to be. Now you have a drag queen, aka almost trans sister, who now have come up to the plate, and all they see is, oh my God, that's a man. Well, if a man look like that, I'm supposed to look like that because I'm a real bitch. And so then they go out and then they start looking like damn clowns.
Mm-hmm.
So this question right here, guys, what do you feel is RuPaul's place? And I'll say that in the industry, I think as far as Drake is concerned, he played a very very vital part in drag. But let me remind you my viewers, let me remind you that drag did not start with RuPaul, and it's not
Right.
going to end with RuPaul. You had people like Milton. You had people like Milton Berle getting up in drag. You had Flip Wilson, Dawn Geraldine getting up in drag. So I mean, you even had uh, you've had people getting up in drag before it was fashionable. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna give RuPaul his props because RuPaul has done a lot for the community. Even back when RuPaul was, for those of you who don't know, back when RuPaul was nothing more than a club kid.
Right.
Even before he started drag, he was a club kid. You know, you could catch him at Studio 54 every once in a while. You can catch him at Paradise Garage in New York. So,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me give y'all this. Go Google it, honey. You can catch her on the Gong Show in her black goth club kid outfit, competing on the
and
Gong
that's what I'm
Show.
saying. I think. What do you think, Gabby, about what do you think RuPaul's place is in the illusionist industry? I think he has a very important place.
I believe that he has opened the eye to heterosexuals as far as accepting us more. However, I do feel like RuPaul Drag Race is too commercial for me.
Okay.
And yes, it is also in the competitive field, but it's in a different competitive field than from the field that I compete in.
So,
Yeah, but see, and then they have to realize that RuPaul's Drag Race is a competition, and you know some people have the mindset that they see RuPaul's Drag Race and they expect to come to a drag show and see the same thing. It's not the same thing, baby. That's a competition.
But not only that, even with drag pageants, they look at that the same as well, and it's not.
Right. Now, Gabby, let me say this. You know, I love you. You know, you my girl. I love you. You got one more motherfucking time to cut me off, bitch. And we're gonna
Shit.
and yeah, and we cannot forget Divine. Divine. I mean, even when Divine did help me, Meech.
Which one? You got Pink Flamingo or Hairspray?
When Divine did Hairspray, everybody thought that was the only movie that Divine ever did, and trust me, it's not many movies that John Waters wrote that bitch wasn't in.
Wasn't it right?
So Divine, and I don't even know where
But
Hairspray ended up on her. What was that? The first thing she did, or was that like in the middle?
that was almost the last thing she did.
Oh, okay.
But let me go here because see, before Divine, that was always Sylvester.
Right.
Well, there you go.
Okay, that was.
And you know
always
what?
Sylvester.
Demetrius, and the thing is that Sylvester, he did it before it was fashionable.
Before,
I mean,
listen,
he went out on stage in full geese and
Yes.
was like, "It is what it is."
yes, and see, with some folks like Sylvester paved the way for RuPaul. RuPaul came up and took the baton from Sylvester. I'm not going to include Divine in that because I want to speak to only to our black culture. And Divine took the baton from what's the name of that troupe? Because Sylvester was a part of the troupe, the Cockatoos, or it was another drag whole thing that Sylvester was a part of in San Francisco, the Cockatoos or something like that.
Right, I know what you're talking about. Right.
And Divine took the mantle from that and went on. Sylvester created something for black drag and carrying on because she was very passable. Because
Right.
in her record career, what happened was they didn't know how to market her.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And because of that, she had a hard time with the record companies because they really wanted her to not wear drag.
Right.
And they were trying to put her on as a boy. And that wasn't that it didn't do well for her and carried on. And it became a struggle. So
Right.
when Ru came into the game, supermodel of the world, number one, she had a niche because now she's supermodel of the world. Very, very beautiful. And then it got to upsetting mainstream because now you have this big ass 6'6", or what is he, 6'6", 6'7", man who's a beautiful, beautiful woman up in paint. And then when she became the world's most beautiful woman, Black America had a problem with that. The churches went wild. How in the hell the most beautiful woman is the goddamn man?
Thank you. I accept, honey. I accept.
Right. So what it did was her place was to help remove some of the stigma of what drag is, because when she started telling everybody, honey, first you are born and everything else is drag. I love that. That's her slogan, because everything is drag. Drag is nothing but dressing up and to getting your best out of what it is. Honey, when you put your church drag on, you got church drag, because you know you putting your best to go for the Lord. When you go into work, you got to put your uniform on, honey. That's your work drag. Everything is all about drag. Okay.
Or as Patty called it, garb.
Okay. So so what she has done was help to remove a lot of those stigmas. She's given women the permission to be beautiful again and to be women again, because I think a lot of the femininity, women have lost their femininity, you know, and I won't say it's necessarily on purpose. It was out of the struggle of trying to be everything, because a lot of them are single parents or in the business world, and in dealing with men and that masculine energy, a lot of them had adapted or tapped into their feminine masculinity, and now they only have masculine traits. So Rue has made it acceptable again to be soft and feminine. Okay. But now I agree with Gabby when she said it's become too commercialized, because now everything now is about the cookie cutter. I love the fact that the girls could do commercials and this, that, and the other, and you know this is drag. Okay, you know it, and it's not about trying to fool nobody or this nobody and that. No, you know this is drag. At the same time, it has given women permission to be fishy again, even though a lot of women don't like to have that term. But that's one of ours that we take on, bitch. When I'm up in geese,
I look fishy,
pussy, honey. I'm like, ooh, honey, I'm fish down, honey. Ooh, okay. And they don't understand that that's a term of endearment.
Right.
Now, even though it has a derogatory overtone.
Like my daughter Chico, she said less is more attractive for female entertainers like herself, and you know, and I'd like for a female entertainer to look like I want a female entertainer to look like a female. This is just me. I don't want a female entertainer to look like a drag queen.
Right.
That's just me. Y'all, this is my shit. This is how I do. Yeah, and right here, Tommy said Sylvester was the original Big Frida.
You better say that.
Sylvester was the original for a whole bunch of people. Now, Gabby.
Yes.
And this is what I wanted y'all to read. And this one right here got me. RuPaul has been a businessman and found his golden goose.
Yes, you can't. That there is something that we cannot
fault him for.
We not necessarily fault. The whole thing of it is that's what has happened. When she became supermodel of the world and introduced RuPaul's Drag Race, then it does spun up into Dragon Con. Then it does spun up into Drag University. This bitch has become a TV mogul on drag.
Yeah.
Okay.
But see, the thing about that is, but she's been on. And Gabby, I know you and I don't know if Erica still do it, but I know Samantha do it. Me personally, y'all judge me all you want. I stopped watching RuPaul Drag Race after the second season. I'm a drag queen. Excuse me, correction. I'm a female illusionist. I enjoy doing what I'm doing, but I'm just not one of those female illusions, not one of them gay people that every time a gay show come on, I want to watch it. I don't want, the last real gay show that I really, really watched was Noah's Ark.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't, I can't, and y'all know I'm going around, I can't stand the housewives because some of them make black women look so fucking stupid. I'm like, Nene, girl, that's cute for you. But girl, in the end, look how this is made. So a lot of the quote unquote gay shows, I remember the other show that was taped out of Pittsburgh with the white guys, with Queer as Folk.
I
used to watch that, but anything after that, and do y'all get that stereotype? Just because we're gay and just because we do drag, the people always automatically assume that everything that's happening in the gay community, you automatically know about it because you gay.
Yeah, but that's to be expected. And why? It's because oftentimes our hetero counterparts or those who are not connected with the community.
No, bitch, I'm talking about the bitches in the community think you drag 411.
Yeah.
Not that. Okay, now wait a minute. Now within that, well, it's a catch-22, and the thing of it is that we have allowed ourselves not to have choices. You understand? Because everything is not for everybody. Just because I'm alphabet, honey, does not mean that I'm supposed to support everything simply because it's alphabet. I don't support everything simply because it's black. Because some of you motherfuckers, honey, don't need my support. Okay.
Some of you don't need it and you won't get
You
it.
don't
Okay.
need it and you won't get it, and especially when I have a problem with it. Okay, there's a new show out called Legendary.
Oh my God, I love it. I watch. Excuse me for cutting you off. This is my show. I can cut y'all off, but y'all can't cut me off. Okay, that's fucking rude. Okay. I watch, and maybe y'all can attest to this. Sometimes the season 2 starts on the 6th.
Right.
See, and now that's something that I watched and I got into it, and I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna watch all the seasons. I love it. I mean, it's the ballroom scene. You got houses battling houses. You got
right.
4 judges and you got 1 guest judge. And when I say it gives you ballroom, because trust me, from the houses to the people on the panel, bitch. If you want to see shade, watch that show, bitch, because they throw some undercover shade, over the top shade, but shade is throwing. I'm trying to tell you.
Well, and I think that's my point, because I think I caught something of it. It might have been that show.
Y'all never seen that show, Legendary?
But I saw the commercial last night. It was running during polls or something, and I was like, "Who in the hell is this?" Okay, and what I saw in the clips was so much for me. I was like, "Okay, now you know what? Okay, now here we go with this stereotypical sissy shit. Now we got to have all of the screaming queens and all of this, and that there is what I need balance." And we're going to support. That's why I say it's a catch-22. I want to support our stuff because it's very rare that we have a voice in media. At the same time, of you supporting it, I don't want to just support it simply because it's gay and all you're doing is expressing all of the fucking stereotypes that give our hetero counterparts ammunition.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something that got me, because I watched the show and it blew my mind, because they had one house that was represented on the show.
Mm-hmm.
It was all heterosexual women.
Wow.
The whole house, and it was the House of Ninja. They were all heterosexual women with husbands and children. And when I tell you,
like allies.
When I tell you, them bitches got on there and they started, I took it because I was like, because on a good ball, Erica, a bitch like to have that ponytail and sling a bitch. I was like, oh, this bitch got her own motherfucking ponytail, bitch. And she was like, now watch this. I bet you this bitch won't fall off. But them bitches, and see, a show like that, I would be more apt to watch because it's not all gay. You know what I'm saying? Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the woman who's in charge of it, I think she's an ally too. I don't. But they do have that the icon legend. What's her name? Erica Naomi. What's her name? Yeah, she's a judge, and I mean, it's like I said, I probably won't watch it a lot, but they had on this go around. They had the House of Ebony. They had the House of Saint Laurent. They had the House of Ninja. They had it started out with 10 houses.
I would love to see who this House of Ninja, because the House of Ninja was already an established house under Willie Ninja.
Yeah, and they give homage and they tell everybody, we are in this because of him, and he's still the patriarch of the house.
Yeah.
But they most definitely give him his props.
Oh, so they are affiliated with the house. That's what.
Yes, they're affiliated with him. Yeah, they were like, oh no, the house of Ninja would never been a house if it wasn't for.
Then I have no qualms. Then I just wanted. That was my gripe. But if they,
they was like, oh no, Willie Ninja did it for us. I was like, and look, this is what we're gonna do. Y'all got me excited. I'm so excited I could just spit. But anyway, that's the lady in me, Erica. When is your next pageant, con?
My next pageant?
Yeah.
Well, I was getting ready to say something. I don't have a pageant coming up right now, but I think that us four as show directors, and Samantha can come up here, or we can go down there. You know, Atlanta is my fun place.
It's just a hop, skip, and a jump.
Yes. We all should.
Gabby, excuse me, Erica, for cutting you off. Gabby, we can all go, but bitch, I'm not riding with you because you drive like a crazy ass bitch. I'm trying to tell you.
I'll get there in like 7 hours.
No, girl, that's a 9-hour drive, bitch. What are you talking about?
Huh?
That's a 9-hour drive, bitch.
I know.
You gonna get, girl? You know what? I guess what? And I know it's not the best airport in the world, but bitch, I'd rather fly on Spirit than to get in a goddamn car with you.
I have not been to Baltimore, but it's a couple of years now when I did your birthday show.
Yeah,
because that's when we met.
Right,
Okay.
that's when you met Gabby.
Okay.
Yeah, what was you saying, Erica? I'm sorry. You know, that's the privilege I get since it's my show. Go ahead, dear. I'm sorry.
Or Samantha can come here, and us four can plan a wonderful show together. We can rent a hall, and we can sell tickets. And you know, now that everybody's getting vaccinated, and now that COVID is getting ready to end, well, not end to that extent, but it's calming down.
Yeah.
You know, I think we can all put a show together and make this thing.
Erica, you look kind of pure in that white. It must be something wrong with my eyes, but girl, you look like you got a little glow.
Helena, I am married now.
Huh?
I am married now, pure.
She got her Miss Sugar on, honey. I say I was married now.
Girl, that's the memo I missed, bitch. I didn't get that. Here's the question: listen, ladies? Are there venues? And this is the deep question, so you might want to hear it and then think: are there venues that specialize? Now, listen, such as with people of color or certain ethnic sizes, so on and so forth, in our world.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Well, yeah. But listen, honey, we have venues that a lot of us have to create them because we go into partnership with certain bars and carrying on because certain bars cater to a certain demographic or whatever. There are a lot of contests. We were talking about the Continental contest, but then there's the Continental Plus for the big girls, okay? And carrying on. So those avenues are there, and most of them have been created because of what the mainstream was doing. The mainstream is the mainstream.
And that's what I was saying. And Erica, go say what you was ready to say, Erica.
No, it is because you know why? Because when I went out and when I was looking for a place to do shows and I had found Bentley's, a lot of the owners was saying that, and Gabby, you was with me, and when I was looking, a lot of the owners was like, "Oh my God, yes, I want that, I want that, I want that," and they were black owners, they were white owners, and whatever. So it's a lot of different bars, and not bars, clubs that want to have drag shows there.
Or event spaces,
Yeah.
like Confetti's, where I just had Miss Marilyn Icon. So
But see, and that's something even here, ladies, and even down for Demetria. See, that's something that we need to see. You know what? I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. Y'all know damn well that you can't tell everything every motherfucking body, because you can't tell everything to every goddamn body, because you got that one bitch just waiting in the wing just for you to say, well, girl, I'm getting this spot, or behind your motherfucking back, that bitch went to the same person and talked them down $200 more than what they was gonna pay. Y'all, bitch, y'all. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Right, yeah.
So sometimes when you get these new venues and people think you being shady, no, bitch, I'm keeping it to myself because I know how you bitches do.
Right.
And Eric, and yeah, to answer your question, yeah, there are venues that, like you would think that most African American bars, mostly if they have shows there, they cater to the African American community, but with not restrictions just on the African American community. You know what I'm saying? Like Amicia saying, even down to pageants, they have pageants that are, as they call it back, you know, they're different names. Some people call it icon, some people call it elite. They have pageants for girls who are over 50, whereas though that they feel as though that they can run and still have a good chance of winning compared to them running against somebody that's 5.
Right.
And got their own
right.
titties.
Right.
Got their own titties. I'm 6, so okay. It's great to see the LBGs. Visibility is important, but visibility has to be wise visibility. I don't need you bitches being behind no damn dumpster sucking somebody dick and all that kind of stuff, because at the end of the day, there go that word again, it got me cut off the last goddamn time.
Oh.
Excuse 86, that word I used. Dang.
You said 86 and girl.
Erica, somebody say married to the damn devil. They say you married to the devil, Erica.
Who said that?
Jamita, you know who said it.
yes,
I have a question, Helena. Have you seen Montero?
What the hell is that?
Lil Nas X's new music video.
Yes, girl, I got my life, honey. I got my everlasting life. I was about ready to give a motherfucker a lap dance, bitch. Don't play. Eric, bring it on, bitch.
Okay.
I mean, in our community and in the life that we live, we just have to strategically plan shit that we do. We just can't throw shit out there, because you just throw shit out there, that's what the hell you get back, a bunch of thrown shit at you. So we have to. So that bitch. That video gave me my life. I was like, well, girl, I don't know if I'm going to do anything with the devil, but honey, I can give somebody a lap dance or what. Okay.
Okay, right.
Now, we're going to take a commercial break. What Jamita say 68? What that mean? That's something to you, Erica. What's 68? That's how old your husband is?
No, that's how old Muhammad is.
Huh?
That's how old Muhammad is, her husband.
Well, girl, she done changed the name, because, you know, one time the bitch, now she going with somebody named Muhammad. Erica, back in the day, she was married to Raheem Devon. So when the fuck did she name him? But girl, you know, I know all her goddamn husbands, honey, so don't come for my niece, Miss Jamita. So now you divorced. You're not a Muslim, because they don't believe in divorce, girl. Stop lying, girl. How you gonna leave Raheem Devon and now you married to Mustafa? What you say his name was?
I'm not. No.
Look, we're gonna take this commercial break. I'm gonna come back with my girls tonight. My little big sister, the one and only Miss Savannah. I say Savannah. Bitch, you would think I was drunk. Samantha Divinity Stevens. Oh my God, Stevens Divinity. Look. That's why I write shit down. And y'all know when I do shows, bitch, I just write people's first name down. I got tired of writing everybody's name down, and then one week their name is Diamond, the next week their name is Silver, the next week their name is Cubic, Zirconia, Gabby, yeah. But bitch, girl, I just use your first name, because bitch, every time I turn around, you change your name more than you change your goddamn drawers, bitch. I feel some type of way, because you know.
Don't get me started on that.
Tommy Ross, and Erica know, Tommy Ross is like the epitome of Donna Ross impersonation. There's nowhere around that.
No, the question was, who are some of our drag icons?
I've never had a drag mother, and is that weird that I've never had nobody that I really, really looked up to?
No, but that's a little different than those who have made a name for themselves, who absolutely are some of our icons.
So, like, for example, who passed away, and I got to meet her when I competed for US of A newcomer out in Ohio, Misty Knight.
That's my sister. You met Misty?
Yes, right before.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let me tell you, just before they went down, his name was John, and then okay, y'all know.
You dumb. You dumb. You dumb.
No, but we're gonna take this commercial break, and we're gonna be back talking to my sister, Miss Savannah. Why am I keep on calling you fucking Savannah?
Samantha.
Because I live in Atlanta.
Thank you, Erica. You're good for something, honey. Samantha, Stevens, Divinity, Erica, Chloe Adams, and that bitch named Gabby. Because I'm not even gonna get into all her motherfucking last names. That bitch had more last names than Ray Charles had sunglasses. Ooh. We'll be right back with the bitches, honey. Hey, bitches live. I'm Miss Helena Hologram, honey.
Viewer
Discretion is advised.
Behind the Blue Curtain, Saturdays at 11 a.m. Eastern. Unscripted talk on police reform and race relations.
And now, Behind the Blue Curtain's law enforcement liaison, retired 32-year Chicago police veteran, homicide detective, former commander, sergeant, grant writer, lecturer, and adjunct professor, Joseph J. Mosley.
Behind the Blue Curtain's minister of common sense, former 12-year Fort Worth police officer, educator, voice of reason, and unapologetic practitioner of sound judgment, the young scholar, LaRonda Young.
Behind the Blue Curtain's co-host, fact checker, and investigative journalist Isidoro Rodriguez.
Welcome back to Hey Bitches Live. I'm your host, the one and only Miss Helena Hologram. Often imitated, never motherfucking duplicated, honey. I am the original. Gabby and Erica, Samantha, I need y'all to do me a favor. Y'all know on my show, it's very important that we pay attention to the comments. So Gabby and Erica, you know, as Samantha, every once in a while, if y'all read over there and y'all see a comment, read it off for me, because you know sometimes my arms are a little too short to box with God, but my prayer always make it through. I'm trying to tell you. Listen to what
honey, not your arms.
Sometimes my arms are too short to box with God, honey, but my prayers always make it through. Come on here, Erica. You know what I'm talking about, girl. So Erica, I know one. I don't know you too much, Gabby. As far as people, I know one person you've always looked up to was Whitney France.
Oh yes, Whitney's. Yes.
So who else was some of the people you? And you know this person, and I'm gonna tell you something that's weird. Everybody in this business that hey nephew, everybody in this business that I looked up to, they were not always older than me. Some of them haven't even been in the business as long as me. Like for instance, I look up to Leah because I think that bitch is a fabulous makeup artist, plain and simple. You know, but I look up more to the ones, like of course I look up to my big sister. I mean her work ethics are fucking impeccable. I mean, talking about a goddamn workhorse, that bitch is the worst horse, a workhorse, a work donkey, a work goddamn mule. That the bitch works. And you know, I would say this. In my 20 plus years, since Erica just called me out, in my 20 plus years, I've had more blessings in this business than I've had disappointments.
Wow, yeah.
You know, because I can remember my very first show and see the difference between me and like Erica and Gabby. When I first started doing drag, I was living all the way in Annapolis, Maryland. So when I was coming up here, I was catching a 14 bus in a goddamn light rail. And you know, at a certain time, and Erica knew because she used to come to some of my shows, but certain times I had to have a certain place in Baltimore because after 12 o'clock, bitch, the light rail not running. And that was my connection to get back to Glen Burnie, to get to my, and I did that for almost a whole year before I even moved to Baltimore, because then I knew that this was something that I wanted to be a part of my life, and I wanted to learn the ins and the outs. I wanted to learn the ups, the downs, just like I was on a meeting today. I said, bitch, look, I've been around for a minute, bitch. Let me tell you, honey. There's sometimes that we had to get dressed in fucking broom closets. There's been times that we had to get dressed in a goddamn car, go do the number, come back to the car, change your motherfucking clothes, and go. So, you know, I mean, I just think sometimes us who've been in for a while, we just got to tell the girls, you know what? To have this big ass dressing room, bitch, you blessed. What are you complaining about? You got a big ass dressing room. Erica, you remember, bitch, we had a dressing room where the fucking bathroom wasn't even working.
And that's why I said what I said. Like, I took a step back because I wanted the new girls that's coming up now to get the exposure, you know, like I did when I was coming up. And that's why I just host now. because I still get my envelope at the end of the night.
But you know, and I'm gonna tell you something that a lot of children don't pay attention to. Yeah, be Miss Love Storm. Yes, get dressed in the kitchen. Hello, get dressed in the bathroom. Hello. Then sometimes you gotta be careful because bitch, you going to Erica, bitch. When we went to that VFW, and that guy said to us, "Y'all can't dress in here. It's the men's room." I said, "Bitch, we men."
Right. Okay.
I was like, "Girl, we men." Now you know, it's like a catch-22 because if you don't, if we went in the women's room, they would have had a problem with that. So we thought we was being politically correct and went in the men's room, and some man went out there and told, "It's women in the men's room." I said, "Girl, we all men up in here."
How about that?
Let me see. Here we go. Okay, let me see. Let me see what Tommy said. The first mother mentor I had was Bianca Simone. She was younger than me. I was 18 and she was 16. The Cali, Orange County, 98. Well, yeah, you know, I think like I said, everybody when you deal with people, huh?
She just got crowned last night Miss California Icon.
Who?
Bianca Simone.
All right, Bianca Simone. So look, though, let me tell y'all this. We need we need to make sure we exchange numbers, exchange email address. Like right here, my sister, she has her own show too. It's called Dishing Tea with Big Meech. It comes on every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on YouTube and on Facebook at 9 o'clock. Y'all send her a friend request. And Gabby, you know, her name on Facebook is not Samantha, it's Demetrius. So don't go on there looking for Samantha.
No, Samantha does have a Facebook page, so like that one too.
Oh, well, like her, I bitch, I didn't know you had, look, see, let me tell y'all something, bitch. Helena can get shit out of people. This bitch ain't never tell me that she had no.
Samantha does have a Facebook page.
Is that slight shade? But thank y'all for being on here, for allowing me to let my motherfucking sister know that she got a Facebook page. Thanks, bitch.
Okay. But you know what? Let me say this as well. That someone was asking about the new girls and you know folks that who we look up to. You have to always be mindful that someone is looking up to you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you may not think that you are at your best or whatever the case may be. You may see all of your flaws, but someone who's looking up to you don't see that. What they see is the fabulousness. They see what seems to be easy, and then they're also hungry. A lot of the new girls are, you know, I say this all the time. Those who I look to, they have spit on ground that I'm dreaming to walk on.
I know that's right.
And so now we're doing the walking on ground that some of these new girls are dreaming to walk on. We're spitting on those same grounds.
Well, girl, you know, I get nerves of people talking about they spitting on things, honey.
Okay. So the whole idea about all of this is to make sure that you keep your integrity intact, your integrity and your dignity. Because see, coming into this business, it is not all the glamour that you think it is. Remember, this is business, and oftentimes a lot of folks forget about that. Yes, we want you on the stage. We want you to come and entertain and this, that, and the other, but it's still about the business of it. Honey, listen, how many of y'all know how to do your makeup in a compact mirror?
Hello.
Okay. Okay. Because
no, bitch. Gabby, let me tell you what Gabby's the bitch that do her makeup in the rear view mirror while the fuck she's driving.
I was just going to say that. Hello, on the way to the gym. Right.
Let me tell you this, bitch. Erica, you can attest. Let me tell you this, bitch. If we riding down the road and I'm already up in geese, and bitch, you getting in geese, and we get in an accident, and they pull over and they cut up my dress, bitch, they gonna get the surprise of their life. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? And Gabby's not like you the best driver in the world, and now you gonna be putting on goddamn makeup, bitch.
I am the best driver.
Go ahead. So I had to get that out. I'm sorry, right. Samantha. That thing just touched me.
But you know, the earlier days of what this is, it is up to us as entertainers. It's up to us as entertainers to make sure that we educate those who are coming behind us. That's part of the problem that's missing is the grooming and all of that to make sure that these girls are doing the very best that they can. oftentimes.
Well, see, you know what? And Demetri, I'm gonna cut you off. And the thing with that, and I know Erica can attest to this, and I've been blessed to the point, and I've come to an understanding. And y'all listen to me careful, and hopefully to save y'all from some unnecessary drama. Guess what? As much as you want to, you can't help somebody that don't want to be helped.
That's right.
Erica,
That's
how
right.
many times have you said this to this person, that to that person, and the first thing they'll come out their mouth, oh, well, you've been doing this longer, you think you know everything. Bitch, I've been doing this shit for 20-some years, and I'm still learning every goddamn. There's not nobody on the face of earth that's doing drag and know everything. Because, you know, when I started doing drag, all this highlighting powder shit wasn't even a part of my drag.
Okay.
You know, we did foundation. We didn't do 3 different colors foundation and blend up, bitch. It was just the closest foundation you could find to your goddamn skin tone. And you know, most of the children, you know, you'll know anyway because half of the children stop. Erica, half of the children stop their makeup here, bitch. You
Right
7 shades dark, you 7 shades black, bitch, and your face is my skin complexion.
Thank you.
I be like, oh girl, that girl, I didn't know you was that black. I knew you was black, bitch. But you put on that truly topaz, bitch, and you know you need a truly black opal, bitch. No, that's it.
She said topaz. God
Actually, your uncle Erica told me, your uncle David, yeah, I think it's time for you to start putting your makeup, you know, further, because you know my biggest problem is somebody, you know, I know my ex, she got mad at me when we was out one time, and somebody say, "So how are you, Mr. Hologram?" I said, "Bitch."
Yeah, but oftentimes a lot of that, yeah, you cannot help those who don't want to be helped, but we also but you will learn that, and when you extend the olive branch, you're like, okay, girl, listen, and it's not trying, and this is another thing, it's not trying to be everybody's mama neither, because if you got girls who want to come in and they want the title of mother simply to have the title of mother. And bitch, you sitting there talking about some you mother and your kids, but your kids are running the motherfucking muck. What kind of mother are you? You know, but oftentimes in this, you have to be, and then if it's something that you don't want to do, you have to be honest and say, bitch, I can't do nothing. I don't know how to paint somebody else's face but mine.
Right.
Okay. If you want to learn, you will watch me with what the fuck it is that I'm doing, but I'm not doing your face. Okay.
Right, and that's just like some people have this false belief, and Erica can attest to this. I don't know about Gabby, and you can too. A lot of people have this false belief. Guess what? All of our children are not in the business.
Right.
I have some children that don't do drag. They don't do male drag. They don't do any of that. And they are like some of my biggest support system is my children. But I will tell you this. Listen, Erica will tell you this too. All of my children don't do drag, but guess what? All them motherfuckers know how to do a lineup and get a motherfucking show started. How about
that? Okay.
Even the ones that don't do drag, they know how. When they come around mother, bitch, mother needs some. Erica used to do the same thing. Erica has children that don't do drag.
Mm-hmm. Right, but see, here's the thing: when you build families, one of the things is that if they're part of this family, honey, then that means you're going to be part of the family business in one capacity or another. You ain't got to put on no hair and makeup, but bitch, you're going to run this show, or you're going security, or you're going to collect the music,
right?
Because wherever I need you, okay. Hell,
see that right there. That's one thing that I personally, I don't choose my kids because I want to have my kids.
Exactly. That's right there. Listen, hold on. Let me put a proviso on that. Okay, let me put a proviso on that. There are certain children who know me as daddy in the sexual sense, but that's all they know me as, because that's all that we have. But those who are my kids, who I sit down there and they call me mama, they call me father, whatever the case may be, those there is no such thing as, you know, we have to cross that line and carry it on. You know what I'm saying? Because once you become my child, and it's established that you're my child, honey, no. And I have children that started off as little sexual toys, but then the relationship changed. You know, and when the relationship changed, then all that shit got cut off. You know, because it's like, no, this don't even feel right. What the fuck is this? You know?
And of course, I gotta go with my and I'm sorry for saying this. And yes, and Erica can attest to this too. Yes, my children and my grandchildren are very supportive of me.
Say that, okay?
They are pain in my ass, but they are they're very supportive. Sure, I can't do anyone else makeup, and I'm still learning. I've been in this business for 27 years, and I'm still learning makeup tips and makeup secrets from Leah.
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
a
I
good
never was the one who did all the duct tape and pull your face back and make it look like you snatched to the guards. And I ain't never did all that. You know
I
that.
sweat too damn much for all that damn tape shit. I tried
Yeah,
that.
and that's what I'm doing. Here's a good question. How did y'all come up with your drag names?
Who want to start?
I mean, I can start. So because of other personal reasons in my family, I prefer not to be called Carlos. I prefer to be called Gabriel. So I switched it to Gabriella.
Uh-huh.
And then Remsen is actually the first street that I was born on in Long Island, New York, or West Islip, New York, in Copac. I don't know. A lot of people don't know that I'm originally from Long Island. And then Ruby, Geneva's on here. She's actually a Ruby too. And then the late Delonte Brown passed away. So we were the three Rubies. We were the head of the Ruby family. And then Villaverde came along with my drag father that lives in Miami, Rolly Villaverde. So that's my name.
Okay, Eric, how you come up with your name?
Well, Miss Onyx gave me my name. Miss Onyx Revlon gave me my name because at first my name was, she wanted to call me Hurricane. And we was at the bar one day and we was like, I said, well, what is my name going to be? Because she said Hurricane because you explode a lot. So I said, no, I don't like Hurricane. So she said, well, what about Erica? So I said, oh, that's kind of content dainty. I like that. So it's been Erica ever since. But I also have my little, hidden in the skeleton, names like Courtney and stuff like that.
Wait a minute, say that again, bitch. Say that again.
Say it again. Well, I have my nighttime deja vu names.
Oh yes, girl. I was called.
That girl said her nighttime deja vu name.
I was called Angel, bitch. That was my nighttime name, Angel, bitch. We all got one, but see, some of us just don't use that nighttime name and be behind dumpsters, Jamita. But anyway, did I just say that?
Lord, okay.
Erica, you remember that goddamn time I rented out that place to have my birthday party? We was looking for Jamita. Where was she at?
Behind that.
Not behind it.
Okay, Samantha, how did you come up with your name?
My name comes from Bewitched.
Right.
Okay. Because before I started doing drag, we had our own little crew. Okay, my sister in Toledo, Miss David, she's my Serena. And so when I had my first two gay kids, my oldest child, that's my Tabitha, and my second one, that's my Adam. And so we started having our own little do-wah-diddy. So I was Samantha because I was a snap queen back in the day, honey. So I was always snapping my fingers.
Did you have a Darren?
No, I never had a Darren because who I wanted to have as my Darren was my Aunt Clara.
Okay, auntie, uncle.
No, we left that because no, honey, Michael, I wanted Michael to be my Darren, but honey, after dealing what he was dealing with, no, he named himself as Aunt Clara, and I said, oh, okay, well, we're gonna leave that.
I don't know if I could take any name from there. I don't know who the words Aunt Clara, that bitch across the street.
Mrs. Kravitz.
Yeah, Miss Kravitz.
And here's the thing, because I said I was Samantha, everybody was quick to say, "Oh, well, bitch, I'm Andorra," and I quickly denied.
Oh yeah, no. And that's something that I think one of the problems, and I see it, and it's just my opinion. You ain't got to agree with it. One of the problems that I see is that doing your homework in whatever business you're in is very important.
Yes.
And when I say doing your homework, I mean your homework as far as who you want to be your drag parent, who you want to be your child. You just can't just say, well, this is going to be my drag mother or whatever, and you don't know anything about it. In this business, homework, that's even like if you're going to run for a pageant. Bitch, the most important thing for me running a pageant is, bitch, I need to know who the fuck the promoter is.
Right. Right.
That's going to be a contributing factor to even if I even contemplate, come on here, somebody running for your pageants, or even down to and this may be tight, but it's going to be right. I have a real issue with a bitch who been in the business hypothetically for 2 years, and bitch you done already had 7 different last names. I mean, my thing is what I mean. I've been doing this for 20 plus years, and my name have always been Helena Hologram. I've had husbands, I've had wives, and I've never taken on. To me, I look at my family as that. We're gonna have good times, we're gonna have bad times, we're gonna have times where we like each other, we're gonna have times where we don't like each other, but we're still gonna be damn family. You just don't you done threw out the baby and the goddamn bath water because you done had an issue with your damn mother.
Oftentimes, those name changes like that is because a lot of folks are still looking for identity. You know, they're still looking for somewhere to belong.
Hello, Monique, Miss Ross. Hello.
You know, they're looking for acceptance and carrying on, and then oftentimes, they're still trying to find what fits. You know, I know my daughter over here, honey. This girl got so many goddamn names, honey. It's against the law. It's against the goddamn law, honey. I'm like,
and Gabby, I'm gonna ask you since you're the expert on the panel, what is the purpose and or thinking? But I know what it is, but I want to hear you say it anyway. What is the purpose and or thinking behind you changing your name?
What is the? I thought it was cultural because she's Latina, so I thought it was culture because a lot within the culture they have like 17 names.
Girl, Gabby to change her name like 900 times, and she only been doing this for 2. And she's only been doing. Shut up, girl. She's only been doing this for 2 months.
The only name that I have changed was Sephora. I used to be a Sephora many eons ago.
Okay.
And what? Okay, my question to you: What made you change your name from Sephora?
I'm not going to get into that, but it was a disagreement. We'll just talk about it.
And see, that's the thing that I'm saying. So my mindset is: so you mean to tell me instead of working out a disagreement, when you have a disagreement with somebody, you just gonna change your fucking name? So that means every time you have a disagreement with somebody, so let's say hypothetically, let's say, damn it. So right now, if you at this particular point in time have a big blow up disagreement with your father, you be willing to change your name again?
No, because we wouldn't have a disagreement, and he's able to talk about it. See, with Jasmine, it was a little different. She just took it. See, it's different when people or mothers take the name off because of a situation and don't. That's a whole nother level because it's a difference from them asking you to relinquish the name compared to you just pissed off with somebody and you just change it. There's a big. I mean, we may not agree with it, but if a mother says that I no longer want you to be my child, blah 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 blah. But what I'm talking about is most of the children who change their names because of whatever reason they have. You know what I'm saying? No,
now the mother or the head of the house tell you to change your name out of respect. You have no choice but to do that. But I'm just talking about people who change their name because them and their gay father, them and their gay mother had a blow up, and this week their last name is Green, next week their last name is Black, the next week their last name.
A lot of people don't understand or didn't know that until, of course, today. But again, like that family at that way back then, the Sephoras they weren't out there as far as with their business, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
So, there's some families that have the secrecy, like the Villa Verdes. A lot of people don't know about the Villa Verdes. There's only a few of us around.
But see, I don't see the difference is the difference between somebody having a secret name and somebody having a name and it's not well known. They're 2 different things. A secret name and just having a name that's not a secret name means you don't want nobody to fucking know your name.
I'm not saying a secret name. I'm talking about the family not putting their business out there like that.
Actually, you would think that you would think that most families wouldn't put their business out there. But then you also got to realize that sometimes a lot of the children and family business get put out there because somebody in the family decides to run their damn mouth, plain and simple.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, hold on, because I'm hearing something a little different. What I'm hearing Gabby say is one of the things about a lot of the names and carrying on is that if they're not walking balls or whatever, then a lot of the names are made because of the pageantry system, or they're doing a lot of shows to where they're building their names. You know, is that what you're on, or whatever the extracurricular activities are? Because a lot of bitches are known for their stunts. Okay, I know back home in Detroit, we did not have a lot of families like that, but we knew what the cliques were. And we knew what clique was the check writing clique. We knew which clique, honey, was the one that got the cars that did the W-2 forms and carrying on. We knew the ones that were sitting up there that was gonna rob the stores to get the fur coats to go walk the balls. Okay, we knew who were who.
So
Go ahead.
Like, for example, what Geneva said, because she was a Sephora, talking about how I didn't listen. Now, when I go back to the situation of that situation, it wasn't that I wasn't listening. It was we're both adults as well. And I'm trying to ask more than one time because they expected me to learn something once.
Y'all keep on talking.
They expected me to learn something once, or once they said it, that was it.
Okay.
And that's not always the case. Some people need to be reminded things. You know what I mean? And it's not, and I'm not faulting them for it. I'm not faulting myself for it. But just because you say one thing, everyone's not going to remember that same thing all the time. It's not going to click in the back of your head.
But you know what? Let me add to that too, because as Gabby's grandmother, I can say this because sometimes in different situations, Gabby do have a lot of mouth. She do have a lot of mouth. And that's why things, you know, sometimes intertwine with different, you know, things that goes on. And I say that because she do have a lot of mouth. She do. And that's why she couldn't stay a Sephora. You know, and that's all I'm going to say on that.
Right. Let me ask this because, see, I don't have no clue as to what this history is. But from what I'm gathering and gleaning from all of this is that apparently whatever was going on with the house or the family, it wasn't gelling with you, or you didn't gel with them. And so it was best to just say, you know what, let's cut our losses, and girl, okay, you know, let's just call this day, and no, we gonna snatch back our name, honey, because you're not a part of this particular thing. And it was just the wrong fit. Would that best explain that? Because what I don't want you to do is feel as though you have to defend yourself, because I don't want you to take that posture. And from what I'm gleaning from all this, those who know the history, you know, you're trying to be cute and not want to put it out there, but people will push a button to want to put the dirt out there, and we don't want the dirt because that's we don't need to put all that here. If y'all want to talk about it, let's talk about it off the camera.
Yeah, and then the other thing is that, like, and as all of us know, I am the youngest one on here. And
so how many times you gonna say that, bitch?
Because I'm
the youngest, girl. It's okay. You the youngest, but we the cutest. So what's your problem? Go ahead.
But I have, for the amount of time that I have been in this industry, I have done a lot for the community that a lot of people my age or that many years into this career have not done.
And you know why, Gabby? And I'm going to tell you why. Because you are community oriented from the get-go. Most people who get into this business and they have that aura about them, that's just another way, like for me, that's another way to let people know that I can organize things. I can put things together. I could be an MC, and we're gonna talk about that too, and Erica, and Samantha, both of y'all. And see, and I try to tell a lot of children, they get mad at me, but I tell them, I say, bitch, let me tell you one thing about this business. Your MC has more control over that motherfucking show than you think. If you have a dry damn MC that can't keep the crowd going, bitch, you need to sit down. Everybody, just because you get up in geese and you got on a fabulous wig and this fabulous motherfucking gown does not qualify your ass to get behind the mic and introduce nobody.
You know what? Okay, see, we're gonna go there.
We're gonna go there. Come on, sis. We're gonna go there. I dare you.
Listen.
But before we go there, Samantha, listen, I want to add this when we was talking about the last names and stuff. Because when I became Adams, they took their time with me.
And groomed you. Okay, right.
They didn't just give me the last name Adams because I wanted to be an Adams. And that's just like with my children. Like one of my children is only a Chloe because he does entertainment. But the rest of my sons, they don't have Chloe or Adams. You know, so you just don't make people your last name because you're in the family now.
Now, you know what? That's very. Let's touch that before we go into this other thing, because I'm glad you said that. Because oftentimes,
Erica.
Oftentimes, a lot of people think that when we come into this thing of motherhood or to these families and carry it on, that we automatically give you a name. No, oftentimes, honey, I won't necessarily say a trial run, because there are certain kids that we just call our kids that have nothing to do with nothing. They just need mentorship and guidance and carrying on. There are those who express to want to be here and want to be caught up in this, that, and the other. And that there is what this is. A lot of those who look into this, they see us as wanting to latch these kids on or forcing them into a life that they may not want and may not choose. Remember, I said in the very beginning of this that we must understand and make sure that we allow folks to have their own choices. You know,
and see, like just like with me and Erica can attest to, and people always get it mixed up. When Erica first got into this business, Erica never got into this business as my daughter. Erica came into this business as my niece from the get-go.
Right.
Even before Erica started doing drag, she was calling me auntie. And you know, people are, Erica could change her name, because Erica, when she got into this business and once she found herself, then I had no problem with that. Erica, let me tell you like this, and she can attest to this. Erica didn't change her name because there was any beef between me and her. That wasn't the case at all. I remember one time Erica was walking around playing with that little thing where she was using the last name of the damn basketball player as her last name. I can't remember his name, but
Wilcox.
Yeah, Wilcox. There you go, Erica Wilcox. Yeah, so me and Erica never had any, and Erica and Jamita. Let me see. I can think of Erica. I can think of Jamita. I had a lot, like my sister Dream, God rest her soul. She started out as my sister, but she went on and she changed her name because she took on Onyx Revlon as her mother. You know what I'm saying? And I can get with that, because everybody. Let me tell you. Let me say it like this, and Erica can attest to it. There's more people who started out as holograms that would ever admit to it.
Oh yeah.
I ain't got time for all that. That was what it was. I did what I did. I was in that space when I was in that space. Girl, guess what? I'm Helena Hologram. I've been Helena Hologram for 20 plus years. And
we have to see, one of the beauties about our families is that we have the luxury of letting folks move on and reestablish themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, for those of y'all who watch Pose, honey, Electra is the mother of Evangelista.
Yes.
And carrying on. But honey, all them damn children, where she was the mother of her own house, went tour and carrying on. And then her kids branched off and started their own houses with their own names. Okay. Now she's coming, she's the grandmother to where, as y'all saw with this season, honey, this daughter and that son are battling houses. You know what I'm saying? So, and that there what we have. We have the beauty and the luxury of allowing our children to move on to create their own thing. You know, and they know how to pay homage to when it needs to be paid. And those who don't, well, hell, we'll call it what it is. You know what the truth is. And it ain't that serious to get all hung up on or whatever. You got what you needed to move forward.
Right.
To see you to matriculate.
Right, and Geneva said, listen, I have not found any more great MCs since Auntie, which is Erica, and Nana. Clubs went away. These new and you know, and And it's not saying that you're not a good entertainer and you're not a good performer because you can't MC. Bitch, everybody's not meant to MC. I mean, MC, your MC is just as important to your show as them bitches that get on that floor and perform.
Exactly. And here's the other thing: everybody is not a comedian. A lot
No.
of folks want to
Erica
believe
is. She gonna let the
that
roof
you're
flop shingles.
supposed to
Oh.
be a comedian, or because you grab the mic, it becomes a read session or whatever. That's not what this
Yes.
Okay, that is not what this is. The master or mistress of ceremonies is the person to help guide the show along. You take it to its peaks and its valleys. You make sure that everybody get a cocktail. You make sure you acknowledge your waiters and waitresses. You make sure you have a little fun with the audience to keep it light. It is not to sit down there to act as if you're supposed to be doing your best Monique impression or telling everybody to suck your dick.
Exactly.
Okay, and carrying on. That's not what this is. Okay.
Like they don't know your girl. It's not like you putting out the tease, bitch. They already know you got a ding ding. So you say that to us like, girl, tell me a joke that I don't know. Tell me you got a woo woo. Okay.
You know, so that's what it is, and it doesn't require you all the time. If you know you can't stall for a bitch, honey, put the nuts girl in place.
Okay. And in that business, being the MC, you have to know how to stall to the point where bitches don't even know you stalling.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what you learn. Because I remember, I can remember when Erica first started. She was, I mean, bitch, this is a learning process. I know that when I go.
I like that. Geneva said, or just MC to your girlfriends and forget the rest of the audience.
Right.
That girl, no, you want, listen. The audience is there out of respect to you. Now granted, let me make this perfectly clear. Oftentimes, if you have taken over somebody's bar and you're doing a show night at a bar, most of the people did not come there for the show. They came there to drink. Okay? That's what you have to understand. So oftentimes, you may have to do a little extra to grab their attention because it's showtime. Okay? You can't worry about those who are not there to see the show because they're there to concentrate on the cocktail. Okay. Now, if you've established a place where they pay tickets, like if you have a special a hall or something, and folks came directly to the hall for a show, then you know exactly what your crowd is. You have to understand. People have come out here. They're not asking you to ignore them, honey. They're not asking you to sit down there and just get chummy with your friends, and then y'all sit up there laughing at personal inside jokes and then left everybody else out the damn way. Because see, now what the fuck did I give you my money? You're supposed to be entertaining me, not just your little girlfriends, honey. Because see, y'all gonna go out for drinks and Denny's and shit and cheese cheese fries and carrot chili cheese fries. You know, when all this shit is over, but I paid you my money, bitch. So something got to go on. And that there is something part of the etiquette that I say that us as show directors, that's something that we need to learn how to pass down to those coming after us. Because when I'm back home in Detroit, honey, one of the greatest MCs was Elaine St. Jacques. Okay. Elaine was a big old Amazon woman, honey. That bitch was about 6'8" out of pumps. Okay. And she sat up there and she would get real fishy. It was at Todd's. And she always say, "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Todd's, where the mix is truly perfect." Yes. And get real fishy. Okay. And then she would sit down there and her diction was perfect. She wasn't a comedian, but her presence alone. She has so much presence it was sickening. And she will always tell you on the microphone, honey, here at Todd's, honey, we allow you to get your cocktails and we want you to have a good time. But if you don't know how to hold your liquor, you could take that shit outside. You know? And she was saying so officially, honey, it was absolutely together. You know? And I live for her. And a lot of us, sometimes the MC are who some of the people are coming to see.
Yeah.
You know, because you know how to announce the drink specials. You know how to sit down there and take a cocktail with somebody. But okay, hold up. DJ, hold up a minute, honey. I got this one right here with this lovely. What you drinking, baby? Oh, is that a Sex on the Beach? Ooh. Okay.
Or you know, or you know how to announce, or you know how to announce the tricks that's in the house. Okay.
How about that? Okay.
The tricks are the trade. Erica's good with that, honey.
So Helena, I want to go backwards a little.
Good. Ain't you tired of going backwards, girl?
No, but I feel like we need to touch on the subject. So because you touched on the songs that are used a plethora of times at different shows, it may be the same song. What about the clothing?
What do you mean?
Like clothing when people perform,
like wearing the same.
Well,
see, let me say that. You can't really put things on people's clothing because maybe they don't have the money to afford, getting new garments. You see what I'm saying? And half of the time, people, because I know Helena can contest to this. She have handed down so many of her old pieces to different, entertainers, but you can't put a price on people's garments.
Well, let me go here. Let me go here, because see, here's something that we all have to look at and carry it on. Again, understanding that we're creating an illusion, and also understanding that there are times where, like a Lacoste show, if you go to a Lacoste show, oftentimes it's ran. Well, no, not all the time. The way how they run it like a play. Okay, so it's basically the same show because they have different audiences and carry it on. So you may see the people do the same number. Sometimes they have. If you're new to it, you don't know that they have the same outfit on. Okay, if you've seen it before, then when somebody's changed the outfit or whatever the case may be. But otherwise, when it comes down to just the bar stuff or whatever, folks have just set their drag up to maybe this particular dress goes with this particular number. I know I'm one of those people. I have certain pieces that go with certain numbers because it's
right.
Sometimes that people are booked for 2 shows in the same day. And they do the same number. And sometimes there's the patrons from the previous show go to the other show.
And that's the gamble that the patrons take. Like down here, when they do like here in Atlanta, the shows are cash shows. So what they do, if you came to the 10 o'clock show, you don't get to see the 12 o'clock show unless you bought another ticket. Because they empty out everything. Okay.
But sometimes there are patrons that buy tickets for both shows.
Right. And if they buy tickets for both shows, then they get what they get. Okay.
Now me personally, I may very rarely, sometimes, I will do the same song at both shows, but I won't wear the same thing.
Right.
And that's because you guys realize that I'm gonna get into this this clothes thing. First of all, my thing is this: as a performer, I don't care who you are. It's very unacceptable to come in a bar, you walk around and shit, and that's the same shit you hit the floor on. That's a no-no.
There's so many different avenues with this topic.
That goes back to them pet peeves that get on my motherfucking nerves.
I'm sorry, because you know what, and I should tell Erica and them, and I should tell all of my children, one thing about this business is, if you go do a show and hypothetically you make $5, then bitch, take $1.99 out that $5 and buy yourself a pair of goddamn lashes. Take $4 out that $5 and buy yourself some pantyhose, because at the end of the day, unless y'all are blessed to have fabulous motherfucking sponsors, bitch, we are our own we have to invest in that shit. If you can't be one of them bitches that you made $70 last night and you took your whole $70 and spent it on weed, cigarettes, and drinks, and then when you and this is my thing, and then when you get to the show, bitch, you're gonna ask me, can I borrow your lip liner? No, bitch.
Oh, listen, and this is why the older girls, when we were talking about those who are our mentors, that's why my sisters were my sisters. When you come to set up your motherfucking station, bitch, you are self-sufficient. That means you got your lashes, you got your bobby pins, you got your damn extension cords, you got your your extension cord, what they call the damn thing, the surge protector. You got all of it. You got your own blow dryer. You got your own motherfucking hairspray. Let me share this story because the very first time I came to Baltimore.
Girl, you don't want to know. Go ahead, girl.
What the hell that bitch name is? Shauna
Alexander.
Shauna Alexander, and I'm putting that bitch on blast because I still want to knock her in her goddamn head. The reason I say that is because I'm very new there. That's my first time ever in Baltimore. I'm a new girl. I come in, I done set my station up. Okay. I done set my station up. And the first thing that got on my shit list was this thing. What was her name? The former queen of gospel. What's that bitch name?
Diva Clark.
Okay. The first word that got on my nerve because that bitch got to walking around there like she was Miss Amelia Bedelia and acting as if she didn't know what the fuck she was doing. Oh, I don't know. My hair, my makeup. Oh, I don't know how to do these the right colors. I said, bitch, I know goddamn well this bitch ain't sitting up here spazzing out like this, right? And what it was, she wanted somebody to do her makeup. And instead of just asking, could you do my makeup for me? She gave me this whole big ass soliloquy of acting as if she didn't know what the fuck to do. Bitch, you've been doing this too long not to know what you're doing. Okay? So I painted her face for her, but I told her to give me a minute. Let me get mine done first. Okay? So I painted her face for her. That was cute. Now, everybody said that was the best she's ever looked. I was like, really? Because she looked like Aunt Esther to me. But okay. Okay. That ain't no shade, no tea. That's just what it was. Okay. So I'm like, all right, fine. But what I will say, and what I will say is this. That girl performed her ass off. She's a sickening performer. Okay. Sickening. Okay, because I was in awe of her. I was like, bitch, you can't be acting this goddamn dumb and then get down here on the stage and do what the fuck you did. That was just mind-boggling me. Okay.
That wasn't the act.
Well, here's where it came into everything else. Because now I done got my shit set up. I done did my first number carrying on. So now everybody knows, honey, I do Patti LaBelle because she kicks her goddamn shoes off because I only got a time limit in the pump, okay? I'm sitting up here. I'm looking for my house shoes. I'm like, where the fuck are my house shoes? Where? I'm sitting around here because I said what? Because I thought I left them in my suitcase. I'm like, no. Well, goddamn it, that was Shauna Alexander. Is that her name? Say her name.
Shauna Alexander.
That bitch was coming up the steps in my motherfucking shoes. You understand me? And I said, I looked at her. I said, girl, wait, what the fuck did you do in my shoes though? Oh, girl, you know how we do here, honey. We share around here. And I needed a pair of house shoes to do this number in. And I had to catch her because I was about to throw that bitch down the steps. Okay? And I had to catch myself. And I said, okay, wait a minute. Okay, ooh. Then I'm pissed because she actually did a number in those shoes. So now they're sweaty and they're hot. Okay. And they were leopard print little house shoes. You know, the little shit that you get from Walmart or somewhere. So now I'm pissed because my number required my house shoes.
Yeah, right.
Okay, my number required my house shoes.
Right.
So now I got to sit up here and use shit that's funky, and she done pissed me off. So
and
now
it wasn't your funk.
And it was right. And then I had this Patti LaBelle thing in my head. Okay, why you gonna sit down here and steal my shit? Because now it looking like I'm copying off of you. Okay, but wait a minute, that wasn't the end all be all. Because say her name again.
Shauna Alexander.
Shauna Alex motherfucking Xander. That bitch took one of my pieces of hair and sweated my motherfucking hair out. Again, the next piece of hair I was looking for to do my next number.
She walking up the steps in it.
She coming up the motherfucking steps, and I grab Helena. I said, Helena. She said, sis, what's the matter? I said, get this bitch. And I started pacing the phone. She said, girl, what's the matter? I said, get this bitch. I said, they don't know me up in here. They don't motherfucking know me. And see, what they didn't know is I used to carry a meat cleaver. Okay, I used to carry a meat cleaver. They used to call them cheese slices. I used to get them in the store, little smaller. They call them cheese slices. I used to carry one in my motherfucking purse. I was about to slice the fuck out this bitch. Okay, I was about to slice the motherfucking fuck out this bitch, but I had to calm myself down. But let me tell you how God is.
How God is. Come
Let
on.
me tell you how God is. Okay. We end up going over to Buns that same night, okay? Because when Helena booked me, she said, bitch, we got another show to do. I said, okay. So we went around the corner. Now, mind you, I'm still funky, so I'm standing in front of the fan, and I'm downwind. So all my funk is blowing in her face, right? And she's sitting up there trying to be all cute. Like, oh, somebody here ain't smelling right. I said, bitch, I just got to do what you done with the show. And I'm standing in front of this fan to calm down, honey. So, ooh, you be all right. And that was the first thing. Second thing was, I did not know that she was the camp queen or whatever. So I don't know that. So I just come to do what I do. Okay. So I did my Dr. Feelgood number over there and carried on. And I guess that made her mad. Well, she come out as she was doing Work It Out. I wasn't trying to get into her shit. All I know is I had got to doing the song, but I wasn't performing the song. I was in the audience going to say hi to everybody and, get my accolades and everybody. But then all of a sudden there was a part in the song and I just started, doing the song. And I'm like, didn't he work it out? And so what happened, all the attention went from her to me. And so the money that they was going to give her, they didn't give it to her. They gave it to me. I wasn't performing the number. I was just dancing and then I'm trying to tip her, right? I went up to go tip the bitch because it was a fun number. But the money that she thought she was going to make that night, she didn't because the children gave it to me. So now, bitch, ha.
Ooh. So yeah, it's hey Roger, how are you, my handsome? All right, and see, we know people right here. I know nurses and everything, but Erica.
Yes.
Yes, they did, Bianca. They had a lot of steps to be in some pumps. God damn it. Oh, hello.
And see, Samantha and Erica, y'all was there when y'all remember y'all was there at one point in time at Buns that that portions of the steps were being held up by a beer keg. Remember that?
Yeah.
They had no shade. I love Buns. Buns was a start for a lot of people. I would never ditch Buns like that. But yeah, there was a time when they had fucking a keg holding up the goddamn steps.
Yes.
So if some people when the keg, some of my full figure sisters, they walked on the other side, where the keg wasn't. So they said, well, bitch, if it fall, I got look. But no, she we actually started at Buns and then we went around the corner to the Mardi Gras. And because I set my sister up for 2 shows, but she did that, but that wasn't and this is my thing. I don't have a problem with I do. I ain't gonna lie, I do. I have a problem with loaning people shit when they don't go and buy their own shit. I have a problem with the same person every show always asking for the same shit. Now if I go to a show and I see Gabby or I see Erica or I see somebody and that's the first show I seen, if it's months, I don't mind, helping me. But bitch, you're not coming to every show asking for my 301s. You're not coming to, bitch. I can remember one time, and I love my sister to death. I love D Van Clark. She said to me, Elaine, can I borrow a pair of your pantyhose? Girl, where you gonna put them?
Right, number one.
And everybody has to know. This business is a self-investment. Unless you're blessed to have sponsors coming out the yin yang, and Erica and Gabby, all this stuff we buy, it comes out of our pocket. I'm not blessed to the point where I have somebody who's gonna say, well, Helena, here go $500 so you can go buy some fabric and whatever. It's self-investment, this craft will only take you as far as your investment.
That's right. That's right.
Listen to what I said. This craft right here will only take you as far as your investment.
That's it.
You know, and what people have to realize, even for my 4-figured sisters and everything, they have to realize, where I can go and maybe get a $20 or $50 gown, you're not gonna be able to get that same gown.
Right.
You know, like Gabby. I mean, I don't know how all of a sudden Gabby has became she's eligible to run for plus sizes. Do you eligible to run for plus size? Oh, girl.
You 200 pounds?
You look too skinty.
Well, you know they dropped. A lot of places. A lot of the children they dropped the size because it used to be 250, but then they dropped it down to 200, and that was for a lot of the tall girls because a lot of tall girls will be 200 pounds or whatever, but they don't look it, but they are because it's a lot of muscle.
So is that Gabby? Is that the requirement for United States? To be a plus size, you have to be 200 pounds or more.
It's somewhere between somebody said close my cup. It's anywhere between 2 and 220.
Question.
Wow.
But I'm playing the devil's. But is that the 200 between 200 and 220 with pads on or without pads on?
Ooh, how about that?
I know for US of A because I've seen it done at the Hippo, where they actually have them weigh on the scale before pads for US. But I know for the United States, because I competed for United States for at large, we didn't weigh in.
Wow.
So how do you know that? I mean, you know, I'm playing the devil's advocate. So what's your proof or what's your guarantee that this person is at 200 plus pounds?
There isn't.
So I can go up there and run for plus?
I mean, they gonna look at you and be like, for real.
You know what?
You said they're not putting you on the scale, bitch. How they gonna tell me I'm not 200 pounds?
I don't know. I mean, I know when I competed, and I know the last large they didn't have a weigh-in. I mean, who knows? I don't know. You know, I'm not the computer, so I wouldn't know. But I know when I competed for at large in Asbury Park, didn't have a weigh-in.
So so do you think it was more or less the promoters kind of like looked at you and say, well, yeah, she might be 200 pounds?
Yeah, I think so.
But with you, Gabby, you can't. I mean,
But again, you have to think about. Well, not you have to, but with me, I'm a dancer. My weight fluctuates consistently. Like my designer right now is always pissed at me because my weight fluctuates.
And that's when your designer need to make all your shit in 4-way fucking stretch, bitch. You can gain as much weight as you want and lose as much weight as you want, and bitch, it's still gonna fit you. I'm trying to tell you. And Terrell, how you at 200? Well, but Terrell, if you at 206 pounds of all muscles, you need to prove that to me. I can't see it from my house, but that's what you say. Some girls get a lot of girls get classified in the plus size because they start to get the body work done and all that kind of stuff. So then that,
But you know what? Here's my thing with that, and I have a problem with it when those who are contest hungry, and you can tell that they're doing anything just to get a damn title.
Yeah.
And so they'll sit down here and they eat their way up to a damn just to say, okay, I'm 200 just to qualify because they're so busy wanting to chase a title. And what has happened within our business is that these titles don't mean nothing to nobody but us.
Right.
Once you get the damn crown, what you gonna do with the crown after all of this? Okay, because you only have 365 days to reign, and luckily 366 if they do it on the leap year. You only have 365 days to reign with that crown. Okay, it's supposed to be like an Oscar, to where your price supposed to go up when you go work, but most of the time it doesn't. If you don't have a real strong name, your price ain't going up no motherfucking where. You just got all this damn jewelry and a crown that you don't wear no motherfucking more. That's sitting somewhere getting and collecting dust. So a lot of this that we do and spend all this money for, We have got to learn how to do better with ourselves to make it work in the long run, so that we can sit down there and say, okay, this is what my accomplishments have done. But what have we done in our world of gender illusion that takes the crown outside of these four walls? And other than Drag Race, we have nothing else to show for that. Drag Race is the only thing that we have within the gender illusionist community where we see the fruits of the labor. And I'm going to go out and say this, and that's not all the winners, because everybody who has won, where's BB? Okay, the very first Drag Race winner. We barely hear her name these days. You know what I'm saying? But during the time, it's gotten. I haven't even seen Ru pull her back out. Miss Tyra, they done got rid of her because of whatever the thing is. She done disassociated herself with the shit. Tyra Sanchez. Okay, so
but yeah, and like Bianca said, yeah, it's very important. It depends on the title because and I know Gabby and Erica, and you could too, Samantha. Like first of all, for a fact that if you win America, they got you for a whole fucking year. You need to go to every.
Listen, this is what, but you only got a year, and that's my point. You only got a year. When you win one of the nationals, yes, you're going to travel around because you got to go perform in all the preliminaries. After the preliminaries, after it's all said and done, unless you got a gig at the motherfucking Baton, a lot of that don't hold the same amount of weight that we think it does.
Well, to me, I think a lot of it hold weight within the pageantry system itself. It doesn't necessarily mean just because you have a crown, you're gonna walk up to somewhere and everybody gonna be ooh ah ooh ah ooh ah. Because depending on who you are, that crown is just that. A crown, bitch. I don't know you.
But then the other thing is branding yourself. The other thing is branding yourself, and then not for nothing, but people that have had previous national titles that go on to get another national title, it's like, what have you done with your one previously? Have you really done anything?
And that's my point. Mm-hmm. I think Bianca said, if you're a former Continental or US of A, you can always get a gig. But are you going to always get a gig at those particular prices? And I like how you said that, Gabby, about branding yourself. Because see, now it becomes an entity. I can sit down there and say, I look at my girlfriend April. April can sit down there and demand what she wants, and she has not done a pageantry system. But because of her illusion as Patti LaBelle, has been in all the La Caja shows and carrying on in Atlantic City and Vegas and on cruise ships and carrying on, and then to have Patti herself endorse her, that girl can sit down there and can write her own paycheck, whatever she is.
And see, that's because somebody like that has actually put in the work, and they've actually made the title work for them.
Right. And it go. I like what Gabby says about branding, and I think that's what Bianca is saying too about branding and carrying on, because and
just like Ecstasy said about nowadays you can buy a sash and a crown. The only reason why the only reason why that has currently happened is because of COVID. Like, for example, Gay United States, they have had a lot of virtual crownings. Just like Continental, they're appointing people. Like they just appointed Adriana Fuentes as Miss Sunshine Beach something Continental. So, because of COVID, that has happened a lot lately.
Well, you know what? And this is my thing. And see, this is my thing when it comes down to the pageants. Like I said, you got to do your homework. With any pageant you running, I don't care if you're running in a pageant at your local bar. Your homework is to find out who the hell the promoter is. Go to some of the people who ran in their pageants before and say, what do you think about this person? I see so many people jumping in the pageants and then they don't come out the way that they want to. And the first thing they're going to do is badmouth the promoter. Well, bitch, did you do your homework? Did you find out what this promoter is capable of, what this promoter's track record is? You can't always, if you don't do your homework, then bitch, that's your fault.
But that's the same thing with Maryland Icon. Maryland, everyone knows that I own Miss Gay Maryland United States Icon.
Okay.
And I am the only preliminary that happened in person this year that had almost every national brought in every national title holder of the system currently, except for Felix because he had other things to do. But you don't have you don't hardly see a state preliminary bring every national title holder of that system in to one preliminary for one division.
And the reason why most of the time it's like that is because, first of all, as a pageant promoter in the pageant, first of all, bitch, I can't bring in everybody because I know most of them bitches gonna want cornage.
Right, right.
And then my thing is, once that year is over, what? Even Erica, she's not even a pageant holder. That bitch always want cornage. But once that year is over, what are you doing?
Huh?
I said once that year. I mean, let's throw it out there. How many former Miss Gay Americas can you name? I know you can name, but I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like after the crown is over, if you're not in Las Vegas or if you're not still within the circuit, your name is the only reason why they're gonna remember your name the next year, bitch, is because you give it up your crown to the next person.
But
that goes back to what Gabby was saying about branding and making sure. It's kind of the same thing about folks who, when we talk about reality TV show, a lot of folks don't need to go into those things, but they do it because they see this as a branding opportunity. A lot of kids go on RuPaul's Drag Race, and you know some of them children didn't need to be there, but they went to go learn a couple of things and to say, I met RuPaul, okay, and things of that nature. About
and she was a bitch.
Okay. And it's all about the branding of it all. But I think oftentimes is that we, again, what I said about take this seriously because it's a business. A lot of us, you know, lack the business skills to make this as business as possible because, you know, we get caught up in the fluff of it, you know, and I'm pretty, I got talent, I got this. Bitch, we need to handle business. Okay. Just like you said, Gabby, you own a title and it's a preliminary. So you got to sit down there and get your sponsors together because you know that, hell, in order to be considered legit, the title holders got to come to your prelim, okay, in order for this to be sanctioned, okay, and this, that, and the other. So that means there got to be some coin somewhere because see, one of the things about the pageantry system is the winner. There is I don't know if it's spoken, if it's written down somewhere. But there is a set coinage that they are expecting, 15, 2,500, whatever that is, in order for them to be booked. And now that's their coinage. We ain't talking about travel and accommodation. You know what I'm saying? So and then of course if you're trying to show them a good time, now you still got to take them out to eat.
But then the other thing is that again, like this particular pageant, you cannot please everybody, but then they want to go ahead and bash you for something little or minor.
And little or minor because it's not perfect until the letter.
And then the other thing is that, you know, the pageant, people only had to pay $10 a ticket. That doesn't cover anything.
Right.
That does not cover
but see, and then the thing to that is, you know, we have to put it out there as such. You know, you don't want people to think, you know, it's like over $10 is a lot of money, but you know, $10 is just $10 because at the end of the day, that $10 is in most parts, that $10 is paying for the people who work at the venue that you just rented. It's paying for the bartender. It's paying for the DJ. And we're not even talking about the title holders that you brought in. And that's because people on the outside looking in don't know what the hell they're looking at.
Exactly. Get that comment that Terrell just put up, because I think that there is something that's that is no, what she said. Well, I'm speaking about branding. I'm not a fan of girls who show up to get job one way, but the person we crown is not the same person we stuck with for a year.
You know what,
girl?
And let me tell you something, Terrell. I thank you. You know what I have as a promoter. If I were to ever to go back into that again, you know, one thing I wouldn't really push out that much. I would rather my girls to get their promos and their pictures done to be as close to who you gonna see at a damn drag show than who you gonna see on that damn flyer.
Right.
Because unfortunately, when you get them girls and they go out and get glorified and glamorified and they take that wonderful old photo, bitch, and they, that photo is fierce, and then they come to the show, and you like, who you?
Listen, let me tell y'all. And this girl is beautiful. She is fucking beautiful. And she reminded me of my baby sister Sabrina Morgan, honey, because they look like twins. And that there was Paris France. Do y'all remember her?
Mm-hmm.
Paris France, she was a former Miss Continental.
Mm-hmm.
When she came to come to the Detroit preliminary, we sitting up there, oh my God, because we saw what she did, and that's okay. Y'all need to invest in the Jim Flint tapes and DVDs of the pageants and stuff, okay? Because you get to see what the girls are doing. But we had all saw what she did and what she here I am with these bangs again. We saw what she did and what she presented and what she gave and carried on. Baby, she come out there to that damn prelim, and this bitch wanted to sit down here and entertain us with motherfucking duct tape across her nipples and a goddamn duct tape G-string. Butt ass naked, except for that. And okay, hey, it was cute. She got a cute body and everything, but we're like, okay, bitch, we get this on the regular from the bitches that walk the stroll. Okay, what is it that we paying for that you say that you are Miss Continental? That's supposed to have some kind of echelons to it. And then here's the other thing. We were sitting up there, they were trying to tip her and carry it on. And Miss Thing, she wouldn't even take the tip. She said that you are Miss Continental. She'd sit down there and throw the chips to the side or whatever, honey. And so the kids was like, well, shit, I'll just throw it on the floor. I ain't going to put it in your hand. I'm going to throw it on the floor.
I think me personally being, if you normally know it as a performer, sometimes we get caught up in the moment and we will, mistakenly walk past somebody who's tipping us. But I think it is like the ultimately rudest fucking thing you can do is when somebody's holding out money for you, you just walk right the fuck past them. Now, if you don't, sometimes we get caught up and you have no choice but to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But to me, that's like, for you, that's just like the worst insult that you can give to somebody is not taking their damn money.
Right.
Eric say, where would we find these tapes on pageant information?
I know D West does a lot of videotaping for pageants, for national pageants, a lot.
Is that his name? That's how you can find him on
Facebook. Yeah, D West. He is the promoter for Westland, but he also videographs. No, he also videos pageants as well.
Oh, so he's a videographer.
Yes.
See, I'm politically correct. Well, Erica look like she's ready to go to sleep, and I don't want her to tell nobody my auntie had me on that show past my bedtime. Well, honey, bitch, I know her like the back of my finger, honey. I remember back in the day, bitch, you used to be the MC at them damn Wednesday nights, bitch. You ain't go to bed till 5 o'clock. So why you getting so tired now?
Listen, I'm older now.
You what?
I'm older now.
Girl, when I was telling you that, when I was your age, you was like, oh, bitch, you not that old. Bitch, you not that old.
We've been on. But listen, I have a question. I really do. I have a question. Not a question, but a statement. Or no, it's a question. It's a question. And closing for me, because I'm going to get off of here after this. How can we say our careers as show promoters, pageant promoters, been to you?
In anything that I do, the first thing that comes to my mind is I'm doing this for me, and I'm gonna stop when I'm ready.
Okay.
Because we all know that a lot of the girls have, in a roundabout way, a lot of the girls have been basically kicked the fuck out the business.
Right.
Whether it be through shade or whatever. And Erica, come on, bitch, I'm here, and my career has been a blessing to me. I've been able to meet fabulous people. I've been able to sew for people. I mean, I'm like this. If my career wasn't working for me, I wouldn't be here because I don't believe in wasting time.
Okay.
Time is too short and too valuable. I'm not gonna be in this business. That's almost like somebody say to you, "Oh, girl, I've been drinking for 50 years and I didn't enjoy it." Bitch, you're lying. If you drank for 50 years, you enjoyed that shit for 50 years. Because if you didn't, you dumb as hell.
Right.
Like with me with Dre, when I'm at the point and I'm ready to go and just leave it alone, that's gonna be my decision.
Right.
Drake has been more of a blessing. Drake has even opened up some doors for Derek. Drake has brought out part of Derek that probably would have never been brought out if I never start doing Drake. I think Helene is a little more outgoing than Derek is.
Okay.
So Drake has taught it has been good to me, but I tell people, anybody, whoever you are, if you want to do Drake, if you don't listen to nothing else I say, listen to this. Drake is not for the faint at heart. Period.
No,
Bitch, if you ain't got no backbone, and I'm gonna give you an example of a backbone, Erica. Miss motherfucking Liz Claiborne. She was not the prettiest, she was not the best, but that bitch always showed up and showed the fuck out. And that was her thing. And we know Erica, a lot of her tips, and she was there that night when you performed something. A lot of her tips were sympathy tips, but bitch, she got them because everybody know when she did that. And I'm telling you, she was gonna run down the floor halfway and slide down the rest of the way.
Yes, she did.
And they can say what they want to say about her, but the bitch always knew her fucking words. Period. You could never clock. She wasn't the best performer, but you could never clock that bitch on her words.
How about that?
That's almost like Baby Buddha. Girl, you know his most famous song was the thong song. Girl, you know anybody want to see his big ass in no thong? But girl, it was girl, it was well, he had no thong. He had on dental floss. But anyway, but yeah.
I can't.
As for you, Samantha, how has it been?
Well, for me, I'm going to be completely honest, and I don't necessarily consider this a career. It's more so a glamorized hobby because I haven't been able to make the kind of money that I wanted to make in this. It's paid my bills, but to take me where I thought it was going to take me, it has not yet. But to be honest, I have not put in the kind of work that I should have in this particular element. Okay. Now, I've had very successful club nights. We had Wacky Wild and Wonderful Wednesdays. And then we have Silk in the Afternoon when we did an afternoon show up in Pontiac, Michigan for a lot of the older crowd. Because a lot of the kids didn't like coming out after 9 o'clock or whatever because they had to go to work. So we were doing like a 5 o'clock in the afternoon show. Okay. My partner and I, Ross Silk, he was a live vocalist and carried on, a former bar owner and all of that. And we had successful time with that. As far as promoting and producing and carrying on, that my name is not as big as some of the other girls. Like I said, I don't do some of the things that the girls will do in order to build their name because I don't want to take that route. I have enough on my mind to be looking over my shoulder to see if the cops are going to come knocking on my door at any given moment because a credit card done did this or a bitch done wrote a check or they done knocked the bitch in the head. I don't have time for all of that, okay, in this particular stage of the game. However, partnering with the right people, which is what I'm trying to do now, I've always built my own. So what I'm very successful in, I can take and build my own. And it may not be what the kid what they call the jungle down here and the stars of the century or whatever the show may be, but nonetheless, I'm able to hold my own and we're able to do some shit the way that we need to do it. And the day is going to come very soon where I can bring in the kind of entertainers that I want that's going to promote and get, the big shit and carrying on without it being a struggle, without it being a hassle. Because I bought in folks, but we had to do the hookup. Could you come and do this for me as a favor kind of shit? No, they want to get paid because I would want to get paid, and they want to get paid right. And then we want to show them right. We need to put them up in the hotel and have a car waiting for them and all that kind of thing. So it's coming. It's just that now being 51 years old and being in this.
Damn, I'm still the oldest bitch in the room.
Okay. and
I look good, goddamn it, I look good. Okay.
and being in this business since 1993, having
Woo.
taken sabbaticals and stuff in between, honey, no, the sky is still the limit, which is why I told y'all earlier, I don't perform down here in Atlanta because the way how they do things down here, I'm not conducive with that. It don't rock my boat. Okay. So if I don't like it, what you do, either you don't do it or you create your own.
There
So it's
you
time
go.
to create my own.
What about you, Gabby?
Repeat the question again.
Okay, well let me.
That was Erica right there. That was Erica's question. She
Erica, tell action.
So as a promoter.
Oh, as a show promoter.
As a show promoter.
So I'm gonna go from, because I was thinking about it when she was talking, and I was thinking about it as a show promoter and as a performer. As a show promoter, and I guess me personally, I feel like when I put on a pageant, people go out for it. And I feel like, and it's, of course, I'm not going for myself. I'm doing it, again, like I said before, for the community.
Thank you, Roderick.
So I do it for the community, and I do it for the people that want to get into it. And of course, not only for the seasoned queens, but I also deal with the newcomers as well. So it's not necessarily what I'm looking for, it's where I can direct people into the right direction.
Okay.
And then as me as a performer, and as a competitor, I've almost gotten to the point of being a national title holder. I haven't gotten there yet, but of course that's my goal.
That's your goal, to be a national title holder? Yes. Okay, so I got a question for you. After this question, okay.
Well, let me say this.
Go ahead, girl.
I just love Samantha and all her comments and stuff like that. And Samantha, I do that same thing, like you said. I do that for the same reason. I do this as a hobby because I'm not making what I thought I would make. Everything that I have in my home, I have purchased it from my money that I work for.
Right.
Work for entertaining and stuff like that, because that's just little scrap dollars. You see what I'm saying? And I love that comment that you made, because so many people need to hear that, because so many people out here, they think that I'm booked because you getting $30 and $50
a show.
Nothing. That's nothing.
Right.
You always say I'm booked. No, you're not booked, because people
$25. Right,
that's nothing. That's nothing.
Bro, let me tell you, my book. Let me tell you, bitch. And I'm not throwing no shade, honey. I'm really not. Oh, no, this has sickening, honey. I'm not throwing. Bitch, book to me is you're getting $400 for me there. They're paying for you to get there and get back home, and plus they're paying for your hotel stay, and plus they're giving you a stipend to eat. Bitch, you're booked.
Thank you. And then you're not booked in your hometown.
Right.
Right. I would not say that. And you know what? And then let's go here as well, because as we said earlier, the bars and stuff, they can give budgets and carry on, but a lot of them choose not to because they disrespect the art form. They feel as though all they want you to do is use your celebrity and your power to get folks in to buy those drinks. They can give you a damn budget. And
Erica, can you remember this? Erica can remember this. I remember one time somebody had said to us, I would never charge anybody to come to my bar for a drag show.
Wow.
But catch the tea. They started charging. And was getting a cute coin. But none of the money ever transferred over to the girls. None of it.
How about that?
But this is the same person that said, well, I don't think people are going to pay to see a drag show, so I'm not going to charge for the drag show. But girl, you and the sad thing about it, honey, I can give it to you, honey. You went from $2 to $3 to $5. So, bitch, you thought about this charging thing real cute.
You know what? With that being said, is we allowed it. We allowed that.
Right.
Because if we did, we could have just stopped people coming a long time ago. They don't come.
Right, and just say, you know what, and you're right, Urka, because it's one thing to talk about it and try to make a difference, but it's another thing to talk about it and you're trying, and sometimes you got to take the stand and say, look, bitch, all of us not gonna come. We just gonna boycott this shit until we're listened. But then you got some people who are so greedy and so want to be in the line, like those the same bitches that'll say yeah, and then tomorrow they'll be calling the bar owner up. Girl, they're gonna boycott your show on Monday, blah 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 blah.
Listen,
Y'all know how the bitches do.
Someone asked about where to get the the Continental tapes. If you're going to purchase them, go to thebatonshowlounge.com. I put it up on the, if you're on the YouTube feed, you can get it there because I put it in the comments, but it didn't post. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it. But then you can also, for those of you who are not that politically correct, you can also go. This is what I suggest to you. Google gay pageants, and then once you get the name of the pageants, Google that pageant and see what comes up. Now, the Baton Bar, if you put that in there, you most definitely going to get everything that's connected to Continental. Whether it's Mr., Ms., Plus,
Elite.
The old girls,
Yeah.
the elite, the senior citizens, the hover around queens. You're going to get all, you get the girls who've been running for 19, you're going to get everything. But, and a lot of these pageants are on YouTube, but Gabby also told us about the young man who's a promoter himself, but he basically goes around and he's a videographer for national pageants, and you can also buy tape from him.
Yeah.
But what we gonna do, ladies? Let me say this. Y'all know I'm an emotional bitch. That's just who I. This right here was something that I needed. It's not that often that you can get 4 generations of an art form, come on here somebody, in the same place at the same time and have constructive conversation.
Yeah.
Right.
Because see, my thing is, bitch, I'm too old to be doing all this fussing back and forth with you, girl. And like I said, Samantha, no, my new saying, bitch, if you like it, that's your thing. Just because you like it, bitch, I'm not gonna say I love it because I don't.
Oh.
Just like we tell people, oh, girl, if you know better, you do better. Stop lying, bitch. A lot of people know better and still don't do no better. These little things that we come up with. No, bitch. Everybody know that you shouldn't walk around and kill 22 people in the goddamn high school, but you did. Bitch, you knew better. That don't mean you're going to do better.
Right.
And again, I thank you guys, Gabby. I thank you, girl. You look kind of cute, minus that hair. You look kind of cute, girl.
Oh, don't do me in my blonde.
Listen, I really had a wonderful time, Samantha. It was really, really nice having you because we needed someone like you because you have been in this business for a long time and you know the business. And I really do appreciate that. I appreciate Helena, you invited me. It was a thrill. It's way past my bedtime. It's so much coffee in the morning.
Girl, if it was Wednesday night back in the day, bitch, you be just getting ready. You be just doing a goddamn lineup. Stop playing with me.
Helena, my work schedule changed. I have to be up at 4 a.m. now.
Girl, you used to have to be up at 6. Girl, you used to have to be up at 6 o'clock when you were in charge of the dances down bun. Shut the hell up.
Yeah, listen, that's better than 4.
Yeah, but girl, you wasn't, and back then you wasn't getting home until 5 o'clock, bitch.
Listen, I was older then.
She's much older now, girl. She about 3 years older than she was, and now she's old, bitch. You know how they say the other white meat? She the other old. She the new old.
Listen, I'm 38. I'm about to be 39 next month. I'm getting old.
Girl, I got joy inside the way.
Wait a minute. Helena, let her stick to that, honey. Yeah, you right, baby. You getting old.
Girl, we agree with you, bitch. You getting old, girl. You getting old, girl. Bitch, in this day and time, 29 is the new old bitch.
Okay.
Right.
When I was growing up, you wasn't considered old until you was about 70 or 80, bitch. Now you 29, you old.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But I thank you, ladies. We most definitely gonna do this again. But what I want to do is I want to actually bring you ladies back. But what I want to do, and this is just me, I want to bring you ladies back, but I want to bring you on Zoom so we can all come in and everybody can do a little number We put our Cash App, Venmo, or whatever you have up on the screen, and take this to a level because we're at a point now where we can't be out there in the mix like we would want to. And like I tell people all the time, just like my friend Stan say, bitch, this ain't no Trump rally. Wear your motherfucking mask. Do you know what I'm saying? If you don't wear your mask, then bitch, you need not to be around me because it ain't that. Girl, you go to Florida, bitch, we on quarantine at 645 North Carolina. Shit, bitch, you go to Florida, you got to quarantine 14 motherfucking days before you come up in here, bitch.
Exactly. Hello.
So I want to say, well, it's 12:20. We will Miss Well crown someone. Erica, we did crown someone. We crowned Miss Bitch of 2021 is Katie.
This is.
But I love you guys. Like I said, we're gonna get some things together. Everybody exchange numbers. Like I said, you can hit Savannah. Why am I keep on calling you fucking Savannah, bitch?
Girl.
That's because I'm not used to calling you by your illusion name at all. It's always Big fucking Meech, honey. Erica, you need to hook up with Big. Listen, off the subject of drag, you need to hook. And I'm surprised you and Big Meech haven't seen each other yet, because Big Meech always go to Atlanta's Big Boy Pride.
Oh, really?
All the time.
Child, have you been there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, child, then you would know me. I was the one that ain't got no clothes on with the singlet song. If I showed you a picture, honey, you know me.
See, I don't know if that's a good thing or not, honey, but anyway.
Wait a minute. Inbox me on Facebook, child. Or go to my Facebook wall, honey. Just look at my Big Boy Pride pictures. You know me.
Okay.
I love you, ladies. I thank you very much. I thank you, Gabby, for being here. I'm so grateful that you put that band in front of your cover up. Praise the Lord, because I ain't want to see your black bra or whatever color it is. But but
he said, "Do my booking fee go up with this title?"
Do what?
You don't see that on there?
You said you gotta put your feet up to get a title.
No. Katie said, since you gave her the title, do my booking fee go up?
Okay.
Yeah, I gave you the title, girl. Your booking fee go up from 50 cents to $1, bitch. I got you.
Okay.
And I put that price out there because, bitch, I know I can afford it without help. That way I ain't got to worry about saying we ain't make no money on the door. We ain't make no, bitch. It's a whole $1, girl. I got you, bitch. I can walk from my house to the club and find 100 pennies, bitch. I got you. Your booking fee is $1.
Okay.
But I love y'all. I want all of y'all. If you wanna hit these young ladies up, I'm Samantha. I'm Steven's Divinity. Hit her up on Facebook. You can hit Erica Chloe Adams up on Facebook. And I always say this because you know what? I don't never know. This bitch changed, and I love her sometimes. I ain't gonna lie. I do love Gabby sometimes. But sometimes Gabby can get underneath your motherfucking skin, bitch. Make you want to slap yourself. That's how bad she get on your nerves. It's okay. I love her. Gabby, say your name where they can find you, bitch, because your name is Gabby. Taco Bell.
Ransom Ruby Valverde.
Better who got what?
Valverde.
Valverde?
Yes.
Spell it.
VILLAVERDE.
Girl, anyway, well, we thank God. We thank God for your name. We love all of you guys. We thank you for being here. I'm so glad that my sister, like I say, I feel so special that I had these 3 ladies on their off night and they don't have any shows or anything even in the making to get up and geesh just for me. I love you guys. We gonna guess what? Y'all gonna see a motherfucker fly with that motherfucker four faces on it. Bitch, you had 3 fabulous. I'm gonna say 3. You had 3 fabulous MCs here. I ain't gonna tell you what 3 they are, but we have 3 fabulous motherfucking MCs here. We have 3 of it. I'm gonna name 2 of them: Erica, Samantha, and Helena.
Okay.
But I love you guys. Thank you so much. And for those of you who don't know,
I get sex phone call on the microphone. Don't do me, bitch.
Oh, girl, I would never do you, girl. Never, ever, 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 ever. Thank you guys. Y'all be good. I'm ready to go on Bigo for a little while. Helena's going to do her little musical mix for a couple of hours or so. You guys have a wonderful evening. I thank you. And hit these ladies up in their inbox. Tell them how much you appreciate them. Tell them how much Eric say he thank you guys for all of the wonderful information that we partake of today. I love you. I love you. I love you. We out. Sweet dreams. Y'all be good. And remember, if you don't do anything else, when you wake up in the morning, at least pray for yourself.
How about that?
Because, we can't always depend on somebody praying for us. And, every time I try to close out this goddamn show, I always forget where the closing damn. Here we go.